But today, if anything is average, people hate it. Like, it's irredeemably bad to a lot of people if something is just average or mediocre. And I think that sucks. Not trying to be the old man shaking his fist on the front line or anything, but I just really think that is some turbo ass cheeks. You can't just say, like, it was okay. You can't just be like, yeah, it was alright. In the current climate of things, no matter what it is, even like the most trivial entertainment, like a show, you either have to love it or hate it. It has to be extreme. I just don't really like that at all. And people seem to get mad if anyone tries to say that something's either not the best thing they've ever seen or played, or is not the worst thing they've ever seen or played. If you just try and say, like, yeah, I mean, it's not great and it's not bad, it's just a forgettable experience, people don't like to hear that. Like, it feels like everything has to be combative, where it's, you're either with us or against us. You either love it, you either hate it, and there's no in between, so choose a side. I don't understand why everything has to be a battlefield, even an opinion on, like, fucking trivial entertainment properties, like games or movies or anime or some shit like that. It's so weird. There are things that are just mediocre, and that's not a crime. Like, there's nothing wrong with things that are just average, or even a little below average, or slightly above average. All just being roped into this wonderful nexus of mid. Of course, there is a point of no return when it comes to mediocrity, though. This force of nature has got a lot of nuance to it. If there's something that is so painfully average, so safe, so boring, so bland, like Raisin Bran of entertainment properties, then it becomes much worse than if it had just been bad. Because there is something called so bad it's good. One of my favorite phenomenons. I love dog shit media. Some of my favorite movies, like Moonfall, are objectively horrible movies, and I love them because they are so bad they're good. But I have never had a movie or a game that I played that is so average that I fall in love with it. There is a point where a 5 out of 10 or a 6 out of 10 game is so boring that it's much more miserable to experience than something that's like a 1 out of 10 or a 2 out of 10, you know what I mean? So there is definitely like some wiggle room here, but overall, when something is mid, I don't view it as like, something not worth experiencing at all, like this super negative thing. To me, I've just always viewed it as, oh, okay, so this would be just kind of average. Kind of just like, okay, maybe I'll enjoy it for a little bit and not think about it ever again. You know what I mean? The reason that I'm talking about this, what brought it up, is I finished a No Tria last song last night, and I posted a video today, which is just like my whole playthrough condensed into 2 hours. It's a new Souls-like game, and it is the very definition, a textbook example of mid. It's janky, it's unpolished, feels unfinished at points. There is no enemy variety at all, or weapon variety for that matter. There's only like 4 unique enemies in the whole game. There's more variety in the wrinkles on my nutsack than there is in Anotria's enemies. A lot of the bosses just reuse the exact same moveset. Most of the bosses are just normal enemies with a larger health bar. There's a lot of flaws with the game. There is some things to like about it though. The aesthetic is nice, the combat sometimes when it's working feels good. The mass system has a lot of potential if they explore that further with their upcoming games. This is also the company's first game, and it's an overall decent attempt at a Souls-like. It is right down the middle of being an average Souls-like slop. It is nothing special. It's not atrocious, like a lot of people are preaching that it is, saying that it is an unplayable pile of garbage, though there is one game-breaking bug in it that I'm aware of where sometimes some players aren't getting a ladder that spawns at the end of the game, meaning they can't finish the game. You can't restart the game or anything, it just never spawns if you get unlucky, so you have to redo the entire game starting with a new character. That's a huge problem. That's an unforgivable problem. I agree with that sentiment. But when the game works, if you got lucky and got to finish the game, it's an okay experience. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I posted that video, and I said the initial title was, this new Souls game isn't as bad as everyone's saying, because everyone was saying that this is up there with like some of the super stinkers of the industry, like the original Lords of the Fallen game, stuff like that. And that's just super exaggeratory. It's not that bad. It's not good, it's not bad, it's mid. And when I had that as a title, a lot of the comments were getting mad at me saying I was clickbaiting them, saying, Charles literally says in the video that it's mid, yet he says it's not as bad as people are saying in the title. What the fuck is this? Why is he lying? There was no fucking fibs there. There was no falsehoods. The game isn't as bad as a lot of people are making it out to be. It's just a mediocre game. And for a studio's first attempt at a Souls-like, it's pretty decent in that regard. But overall, it's just a mediocre mid-game. Like, it's not the worst game ever. at all. It's not. So, yeah, I don't think it's as bad as a lot of people are saying that it is. I changed the title to Mid because maybe that's more explanatory, but I don't view it as a super negative thing for something to be mid. Like I said, there is some wiggle room there where some things are just so mid that they're much worse than things that are objectively stinkier than them. But when it comes to things like Anotria, I mean it in the truest sense of the word. It is just an average game. It's got flaws, it's got some things to like. I don't see why anyone would fall in love with it, and I don't see why anyone would hate it. Like, it really just feels like one of those things where most people are going to be like, all right, well, that wasn't for me. Or, all right, well, that was okay, worth finishing, I guess. And it's not going to be strong feeling, or it shouldn't be strong feelings one way or the other. It's just a mediocre game. And it also seems like if someone doesn't love something, they feel guilty if they're just lukewarm on it, so then they go the opposite direction, they let the pendulum swing the other way, so then they convince themselves that they actually hated it. And I saw this happen with Alien Romulus. I think Alien Romulus is a really good movie. I had a great time with it, especially considering when Hollywood tries to make a new movie into a beloved franchise, it is almost always a pile of shit. It is almost always the worst thing you'll ever see. And Alien in particular, the previous film, Covenant, I thought was super poop. So I thought this had no chance of being good, and I was surprised at how good it turned out to be. But there are things about it that I can understand people not liking. It's not a perfect film by any means. It's got its flaws, but I think there's no real argument you can make that it is a bad movie. No matter how you spin it, it is a solid film. And it's a simple one too that takes Alien back to its roots. It's not the best Alien movie by any means or anything, but it is a strong film, even in its own right, even if you don't like Alien films. It's just good. But there were a ton of people saying that it's the worst Alien movie, or it's trash, it's garbage, it's a disaster for Alien, this and that, and it makes no sense to me because that's just delusional. At worst, you could call it stale because it does a lot of things that we've seen done a ton of times, even within the Alien franchise. So I can understand people maybe not being as excited by that, but that doesn't mean that the movie itself is bad. And that's not the main criticisms or anything I was seeing. It was people literally like desperately grasping at the tiniest of straws and pulling nonsense out of their butt in order to try and justify their hatred of it, which I don't understand why. Like, you are trying to hate it. Even though it's not a bad movie, you could just say like, yeah, I didn't love it. Like, it's okay. Like, I didn't love it. Like, that makes sense to me. That falls perfectly in line with the rule of mid. You found it to be average. That's okay. You don't have to make things up to try and explain why it's actually the worst thing ever. That to me just seems so phony. That is so ridiculous to me, and it's so common too. Not loving something, like deeply loving and worshiping something, now means that you have to be like the number one hater of it. You gotta wake up super early in the morning to hate on it with extra time to spare. It doesn't compute. I just really don't understand this fear of mid, both in terms of like liking something that's mid. Like, there are plenty of games I've played that aren't the best games, but I've still really enjoyed them, even though they're average games, and that's not a big deal. I think that's fine. There's movies I've watched, like my favorite movie, The Mummy. That movie's, that's not the best film ever made or anything. That's a pretty average film. But it's my favorite movie because it's special to me. I saw it so many times growing up, it has a really special place in my heart. And I still really like it to this day. I still have a lot of fun watching it. Overall point is, there's nothing wrong with mid. Like, I think that is totally fine. I think it's very fucking silly that everything has to be extremes of love or hate it. And nothing else. I think that's dumb. I think it's out of control. So when I call something mid, people interpret that as, oh, he hates it. He fucking hates it. No, I don't. I don't. If I hated it, I would have said I hated it. Like the Rick and Morty anime. Like Rings of Power, which I still find to be one of the most boring shows on TV right now. I know a lot of people are really liking Rings of Power. I don't know how. I think it is just so fucking boring, it's crazy. But like, those are two shows I really don't like. And I'm not calling them mid. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to rant about this a little bit. That's about it. See ya.
What the hell? Hit! Shit. What the hell is happening? Oh. Ah, fuck. It has to be way lower than I thought. I am the sword.
and the guy that the foreman answers to is making really good money, and the guy above that is like a millionaire. So like construction does have a lot of money in it, but again, the guy that's above the foreman, that guy is like probably a top 10% intelligence person.
I hate it.
So like if you're in that bottom 20% and you're kind of stupid, you're never going to make it up that ladder. It's just not going to happen. Not all in the top 10. Not all. Well, I mean, like in general, right? You're going to have people like there is clearly a correlation between high status jobs and jobs that require, you know, like a lot of thinking and intelligence, right? And IQ. Like that, fucking obviously. Construction is hard on the body, though. Not enough young people want to do that to themselves. I think so. I think more people would do it if it paid more. Definitely. Nepotism overrides everything in skill. Look, listen, there's always going to be factors that are out of your control. But if you want to talk about that, you're right. But I'm talking about averages. If you want to look at averages here, those guys that are millionaires or, you know, they're very close to it through construction, these people are not stupid. They are not stupid people. They're not like some dumbass idiot. Like these are people that understand a lot of shit.
Premature deaths, but it will also likely lead to radicalization and polarization because this is a frustrated, left behind group with no options.
Yeah.
There are problems that government can address.
They'll never have a solution, and men that are unskilled will become increasingly less worthwhile and important, and we will be entering in a time where a person's value is basically the value of their body parts sooner than later as these jobs become less and less possible to do. That's what's happening. They're not coming back. They're not going to be back. The only way that they could come back is if we had some sort of neo-feudalism serfdom. That's it.
The problems that government can't address.
So one of the first functions that beats out policy is economic growth. You have a strong economy, you're going to have increased wage structure, and it's going to bring people back into the market.
More than a quarter of prime age men.
I don't think that's true. I think that's not true anymore, at least, because the jobs that are being added into the workforce are very high skill and very technical. It's not like we're having like a lot of infrastructure that needs to be built, right? A lot of like unskilled jobs. Like, yeah, there is job growth, but it's in jobs that are highly technical or jobs that are extremely demanding like construction.
Not looking for work, cited insufficient pay as a reason preventing them from work. And nearly half said competitive pay, salary, compensation, and or bonuses was a very important factor when considering whether to enter or return to the workforce.
Yeah, because a man in our society, if you don't make a lot of money, you're considered to be a loser. That's one of the biggest indicators of success in our culture is money.
For the young, better training, skills training, some form of post-high school education, encouraging that, maybe even subsidizing that. I think part of the youth mental health crisis has to do with what's next. What's AI going to do? What am I going to do? Are there any stable jobs? I can't afford college. All those questions all come together. And so models that help them kind of give them a jump start can be really effective ways of intervening. And there are actually now really promising programs in high schools which teach kids financial literacy. They teach them about equitable entrepreneurship. They teach them about how do you foster better mental health as part of the workplace. And it seems to inspire kids to go on to college, right? Because they sort of see
That's bullshit,
a pathway
actually.
they didn't see it before.
29.
I do want to say that the problem that I'm talking about, where it's like dumb people that won't be able to find employment because there are no jobs, this is an unsolvable problem. You're not going to be able to educate this out of them. Like, it's just not going to happen. So, but like, there are a lot of people that are not part of that are still affected by this, and it does help them.
Percent of men out of the labor force said that training and educational programs was another important factor in considering a return to the workforce.
What the
Having the
fuck?
type of commitment from the employer to train and retain and offer upward mobility for workers, I think, will be very important.
I think that upward mobility and the lack thereof is a really big factor. And I think that now that the internet has given people an extra level of awareness, I think that you see now how much nepotism and how much unfairness there is in the workforce and in life. So when you see how this happens all the time, it serves as a massive, massive, massive demotivator. Now, obviously, you still have to do that. You clearly have to, and you can succeed despite that. But seeing people succeed when they don't deserve it is very demotivating for a lot of average guys. Yeah, like it really is awful, me being a personal victim to it. Yeah, I mean, and I think that it happens to everybody. And it's not even just like, there's also like, okay, like I've seen plenty of memes and it's like, okay, you're at a construction, it's a construction work site. And it's like it shows like all the different guys that are working there. It's like the old guy that's like working, he's doing his best. The young guy who's like kind of stupid. And then it shows like, it's like the foreman's son and he's like this. You know, like I get it, right? I definitely get it. And so like you see that happen, and then guess what? Yeah, in the car, right? Yeah, he's sitting in the car. That's obviously extremely demotivating. And so as a guy, when you see that happen and you feel like you don't have these advantages for yourself, then you know, what the fuck are you gonna do? And it's a massive demotivator. And I'm not saying like, because obviously like you have to keep working even though that's true. Like it's not an excuse to just stop working, but for a lot of people, it's a pretty big reason. That's how postal service works, working for mom and dad. I think that there's a lot of things like this.
Figure out more about career pathways in the labor market and not just the education side. So how is it that someone moves from first job, next job to best job? How
Exactly.
do we help people understand and navigate?
Yeah, it's like if there's no light at the end of the tunnel, don't be surprised if people don't want to get in the tunnel. Fucking obviously.
Quarter of working Americans said they weren't satisfied with their growth opportunities in the workplace.
Yeah. I'm
Compared
surprised
to
it's
other
not more.
OECD countries that on average spend 0.1% of their GDP on training their workers. The US spent only 0.03% of their GDP on job training in 2022.
Older age groups, it's tougher. You know, you're probably not going to get these guys to retrain, but you can
Yeah.
there are a lot of programs that have largely been pioneered in the UK, much more than here, but we're starting to pick up on them, that literally just try and reboot community activities.
This is something that was very popular in like the 40s with FDR. He did this a lot, and it was like generally, even now, like it's looked back on as a positive, right? It is. And somebody said, let me see if I can read this real quick. I don't know where it was, but yeah, somebody said basically, if you think other people's success is your failure, then you deserve to fail. That's not true. Like if you have one promotion that's at your office, and the person that gets it for a reason they shouldn't have gotten it for, there is absolutely a zero-sum environment that you operate in. To say otherwise is so disingenuous. Absolutely, it is a zero-sum environment. With a lot, there is scarcity of everything. And if somebody gets something, in a lot of cases, it means you're not getting it. That's just how it is.
Get these isolated people in despair out of their houses. It can make a difference.
Social programs like disability benefits spark contentious debate.
It's very controversial. People have very strong opinions about this. While we
Why
don't know
is it
why it's
canceling?
happening,
What the
we
fuck
can
is
be pretty clear that
never had
the
this kind
social
of
welfare
problem.
programs are helping, and the disability programs.
It's a
are
cultural
2,
issue too. I
3,
think a lot of it for
4,
men is a cultural
5,
issue.
6.
Where like
Motherfucking
there's
7.
always discussions around toxic masculinity, all the things that men are doing wrong. It's popular in media to have men look like idiots in sitcoms. There are advantages and programs that are existent for the benefit of women, but not for men. There are a lot of things, like, especially if you're a young guy, you feel like the odds are stacked against you. And I think that's true. Like, there's a lot of massive disadvantages that men have.
Then?
Being a man's very hard. I mean, I've said before, I'm so glad I'm a guy and not a girl, right? Like, I am so glad. I would not want to be a girl, right? Because I think it's worse. But as a young guy, especially, like I'm 34 now, right? So like I'm not in that part of my life anymore. But as a guy who's 20, think about the opportunities that women have when they're 20, and think about the opportunities that men have whenever they're 20. They're very different. And for a lot of you guys, how many of you guys are like around my age, and you've seen that pendulum swing, right? Where like there are those women that you knew in high school, maybe or college, that, you know, were getting all of these advantages and benefits, and now they're not anymore. And there's men now that are doing very well. Yeah, exactly. I've seen it. I see it, right? And like the thing is that like, but a young man, a 20 and 19-year-old guy isn't going to see that. He's not going to see that because he's not 40 yet. He's not 35, he's not 30 yet.
See.
So that's the problem.
You need to delay
Late game glow up, there it is.
the
Yeah,
canceling
men have
stage
really good late game scaling.
again. Now that is
to
weird.
finance this situation in a way that was never originally intended.
Yep.
A 2018 analysis by the Joint
So
Economic
weird.
Committee found that 64% of prime age men who aren't working were receiving some sort of government assistance.
So the one benefit that they rely heavily on is disability insurance. One, because they often are unable to work if they have a physical injury or high levels of addiction or whatever. But it also provides health insurance, which is huge.
Very much against the initial intentions of the founders of the program. They've ended up with a perverse situation that too often subsidizes or even incentivizes helplessness and long-term dependence. If we thought
It's inevitable. I don't think that there's any way around having some sort of universal basic income. I feel like it is inevitable. We either have to have that or we have to kill a bunch of people. Like most people, basically. We can't afford it. Well, then you have to kill them. Because like if you don't kill them, then they'll kill you. because they don't have any money, they have nothing to lose. That's just what's going to happen. Well, no, I'm just saying, like, that's just what's going to happen. Like, you can't have a massive underclass of people that has no purchasing power that effectively is a slave class. This is a recipe for disaster. Like, it is. Like, it's not going to work. Isn't that scary? Well, I'm just saying, like, that's what's going to happen. Causes civil unrest. Think about how it was in 2020 with all those riots.
About a system in which we had a work-first principle where the incentives were for getting the training.
French Revolution filter? French Revolution was against the royalty versus aristocracy. It was not, the French Revolution was not the poor people going and killing the rich people. It was the rich people killing the royalty.
And then showing up at the job and then staying at the job, I think we'd be in a lot better place than we are today.
However,
using the
some
poor to
experts
fight.
remain
Yeah, exactly.
doubtful about whether altering the benefits program will lead to meaningful results.
I think until we deal with the deeper problem of ill health, ill mental health, these guys aren't going to respond to incentives.
Everybody is responsible for their, for their brothers. Everybody's responsible for their neighbors and their friends.
No, they're not.
And we ourselves as
just not gonna
citizens can help to shine a spotlight on this. It shouldn't be America's invisible problem. And the more that we talk about it, the more that we pay attention to it, the closer we get to turning this around.
I'm going to be honest. This is going to be very, very toxic masculinity. I think that we indulge people's mental health too much. I think that we listen to how people feel too much. Suck it the fuck up and deal with it. Be a fucking man. Stop being a bitch.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know when the idea of being stoic and working hard and being able to control yourself and rise above your emotions was seen as a bad thing, but enabling that type of behavior just creates losers. That's it. Yep, losers lose. That's right. Sound like me? Yep. Life difficulty too high, need easy mode? I guess so, yeah. And I think also, like, if you hold people to, like, low standards, you're going to have them meet those standards. This was a good video. I think that the problem is that any sort of mainstream publication that talks about this topic always has to talk around the topic. They're always talking around the topic, and they're not understanding and really digging deep into, like, the cultural problems that men face and how those cultural problems contrive the way a male sees the world. Because it's massive, right? It's like if you're a guy, you're going on dating apps and, like, you can't get a girlfriend, you can't get a job, you feel like life is against you. It sucks. Yeah, it's absolutely bad. And the problem also is, like, media, I think, does a very bad job at presenting positive male role models. Because there's a lot of issues where it's like, what is being a man? What is being masculine? Nobody fucking knows. That's the problem. The way that I look at everything is that I try to see everything, and every bad thing that happens to me, I view it as being my fault. Like that is the way I start my investigation into a problem. I think, how did I cause this to happen? Because that takes the locus of control and it puts it on your side of the court. That gives you the agency. Now you have control. You see what I'm saying? And I think also there are times that you can work backwards from that and come to the conclusion that it actually wasn't your fault and you didn't do anything wrong. But that's not the good way to start. And I think that nowadays a lot of self-help is about teaching people different pleasant versions of learned helplessness. It's everything is okay, oh, well, like the world is against you, and so that's why you're failing. Oh, well, men have it harder, that's why you're failing. And there's always some sort of external force that's holding you down. I think this is what happens with identity politics, too. It's like, well, the reason why you can't get a job is because they're giving all your jobs to women and trans people. Like, yeah, I'm sure that happens sometimes, but there's plenty of people that look like you that have a job, too, so why aren't you one of them, right? And so a lot of times the problem is that a lot of these lies are based, what? What do you mean, what? It's absolutely true. What are we talking about? Like, I mean, listen, I like just talking about things directly. I don't like talking around them. I don't like using euphemisms. I don't like using pleasantries. I try to just speak fucking plain English, right? And in plain English, that's what it fucking is. That's the way people think. And so, yeah, no beating around the bush. Exactly. You do understand the South African situation? Your brain would explode? I do not want to understand that. Fuck that. Working class have been disenfranchised from work. Well, the reason why the working class have been disenfranchised from work is because they're not getting paid for it. Like if you look at productivity and what a person has to do now versus what they had to do 30 years ago, you have to do way more work and you're getting paid less money. Why the fuck would you want to do that? It's not even a question. I'll be right back.
You're fucking kidding me? What the hell?
Skirt thing then, Brian, or is it just like
it's a visual check. It's a visual check. Brian does more of a clinical assessment.
Yeah, because she had to get a whole handful.
I get them in the stirrups, like I'm a gynecologist.
All those hundreds of years ago, no women ever went in the restroom to check a guy's back in my.
No.
Yeah. As one.
The restroom, I check fire. No, we don't speaking about escort now, right? So
make turkey. Who eats turkey meatballs? It's gross. You get it?
No, I made it at home by myself. Oh. And they had. I went on his Snapchat and I posted every day. So embarrassed. So no, I haven't again.
Yeah. So out every guy. Singapore.
Okay.
Grand Hyatt Hotel. There's a club called Bricks.
What's the most embarrassing date or hookup story?
I don't memorize them. I can tell you some funny one.
Sure, tell us one. Yeah.
Singapore.
Okay.
Grand Hyatt Hotel. There's a club called Bricks. So it's a particular club where whores find the clients. So I'm there. Look at one tall, white Australian dude. And I'm like, fuck job, I want this dick. And I actually know this dude. I met him in Thailand. Half of his body is burned because he put himself on fire just for one Russian girl. Crazy. And we went to the restroom.
But you wanted him.
Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah.
Crazy hot. So we went to the restroom. I checked his dick. It's big. And I'm like, okay, good. It's like really huge. And I'm like, okay, good. Let's go to your place.
You went to the restroom and checked his dick.
Yeah.
It was like
as one does. Yeah. As one does.
To make sure.
So was it like can we go to the restroom really quick? I just need to check your dick.
No, he been thinking we go to probably suck his dick, but I want to check.
Come on, Jake. You've never been out.
Sorry.
Chicks gone, can we go to the restroom so I can check your dick? It's never happened to you, bro?
No, it's never happened because girls don't do like that.
It's fucking coke, dude.
I'm the only one who's doing like that. No, in Singapore, no drugs. You can get death penalty.
What happens if it was
presumption of guilty.
What if it was small? What would
then I'm not going to ask him to go to his apartment later. But I asked him to go to his apartment. So we went to his apartment. We entered his apartment.
So she's like checking for the size.
Of course, absolutely. I'm not going to waste time if it's small.
I do that too. I do that. Like I check a woman's labia size. Like I don't.
Which size do you like?
And do you measure from the yaw?
Sorry?
Do you measure from the yaw?
I don't understand.
Well, like there's different ways, I'm told, to like measure this.
Yeah, I just do like that. With
Oh,
my hand.
well, I mean, if it's a handful.
Yeah, you
Got
get
it,
it.
got
Like
it.
it is,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
so then we went to his apartment, he opened a backpack, and he took out the diaper for adults, and he asked me to wear.
Yeah, but hang on. In this guy's defense, could it be because the tattoo that says anal slut on your shoulder?
But he put a diaper on my...
Yeah, well, I don't know.
This time I didn't have the tattoo, it was a long time
She
ago.
does have a tattoo that says, I believe, anal slut on the shoulder.
Do you have... Oh, wait. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Really?
Perhaps he thought there might be some continence issues.
No, maybe it was a long time ago. It was like 7 years ago.
Before the
tattoo.
anal slut
Before the
tattoo.
porn, yeah.
Oh,
before.
okay, I got it.
And I was like, okay, let me put it on me. Why not? Let's have fun. Okay.
As one does.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, what do you want me? Would you like me to piss on it? And he's like, no, please, I have only one, but you are made yours, you know?
So he only bought one.
Yeah.
Underprepared.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, he started to touch me.
Well, were they Pampers?
Diaper, yeah, Pampers.
They have like what kind of diapers?
I didn't check.
Didn't check.
I didn't check
Well, you only had one. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah.
So that is the story.
details.
And I'm like, what do you want me? Like, what do you want me to do? And he's like, no, I just want to touch you. I like the sound. He said that he liked the sound of the diaper.
Did that have any red flags at all that maybe this is a fetish that you don't want to be involved in?
Totally. But as soon as he said, I stand up, put my clothes on, took the diaper off, and left.
I mean, how many red flags can it be when you take them to the bathroom to check their dick size, though? Really?
Sorry?
As one does.
What do you
This
mean?
is common, right?
Yeah, sounds like a normal encounter. I don't even know why you said that
Well,
story.
why do you think I'm searching for the red flags if I just want a dick inside me?
What's that?
Big labia matter.
I mean that.
Why are
alone-
you searching for the red
no,
flags
no,
if I just
no.
want a quick
from
sex?
From his perspective.
The girl checking his dick in the restroom,
Yeah.
they all want me that they check them dicks in the restroom.
All of them do?
It's a common thing, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm
Sorry,
I'm
he's-
confused.
No, I don't do it in the restrooms anymore.
I mean, I
now
haven't
can
been
do it in the
dating for
middle
many
of the...
years. This is true.
Okay,
But
gotcha.
way back in my day, all those hundreds of years ago, no women ever went to the restroom to check a guy's dick.
No, now I
size.
do it in the middle of the dance floor.
No, well, that's fair.
That's
Again,
more,
as one does.
That's more efficient.
I'm getting less. Don't give a shit.
Fair enough.
I think the genital check is valid. I make sure I check women's.
Why
Now,
not?
hang
Why
on. Do you
not?
do it? Do you just? Is it like the whole hand under the skirt thing then, Brian, or is it just like
visual.
is it?
It's a visual check.
It's more of
It's a visual check.
Brian does more of a clinical assessment.
Yeah,
It's
because
like
she had to get a whole
I
handful.
get them in
you
the
know.
stirrups, like I'm a gynecologist. let me look right down Main Street.
Do you like big one or tiny one?
Hold on, pull up Big Labia Matter right there.
It's a social
Hashtag Big Labia Matter. Yeah, I'm a.
You like when they big or when they
large.
fluffy?
Both.
Okay, I like mine.
Apparently she has a large labia. Apparently, yo JJ, thank you for the gifted 5 memberships.
Check his dick and you guys might be on.
Let's go to the restroom.
There's some other pre-qualifications that are required for a labia check to occur, but yeah. No, I only date women with large labia. Only date women with large
Why
labia.
you are just making fun, right?
No, I'm dead serious.
I respect that.
Why?
I only date women with large labia.
Why?
Preference. I
Why?
prefer
What
it.
specifically you like about
better.
it? Why?
It's
The
just better.
sound?
Look,
The sound?
women.
You like the sound?
sound?
Like that.
The fuck is your pussy doing?
When you have a
the
big
fuck?
labia, there's a sound.
Sound?
Like that.
The fuck is your pussy doing?
When you have a
the
big
fuck?
labia, there's a sound.
This is the next
Sounds
level.
like a plunger.
Get
does it?
right here.
No? So you never really fuck big labia then?
I've had some big labia, okay? Trust me, I've had some big
Block
labia.
run.
I've had some giant labia.
Giant.
I've not
Next
encountered this.
level.
Maybe there's something wrong. You should see it. You should probably see a doctor about that. You should talk to your gynecologist next time you're next time you're at the gynecologist. Just say, by the way, my pussy sounds like something's going crazy with the pussy.
Yeah, there's a plunger in the toilet. Sounds like this.
You might have to get your pussy amputated. I think that's there's a medical concern there. It's called pussy amputation.
Is that real?
There could be something wrong.
Is
Anyways,
that, who said is that real?
look, she could have been in a terrible train accident. She could have been in a terrible train accident and lost the pussy in a train accident.
What kind of train? What kind of train?
What?
What kind of train?
Wow.
What kind of
Bullet
train?
Like a train
was
or a
metro.
No.
Out of all of this information, that's the question you
Polar
have.
Express.
But what kind of train though,
I
Brian?
like big labias too. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're bi.
Yeah.
You prefer large labia
Yeah.
for women. Okay, you're
Yeah.
part of the team. What's up? Good for you. Any other bi people here? Any?
Like I think.
You think? Have you hooked up with a girl?
No.
Have you kissed a girl and
Yeah.
liked it?
Okay, Katy Perry.
Okay.
I love trans
By the way,
girls.
RIP her new album. Okay, so anyways, moving off of this topic, Andrew's overwhelmed. I think.
No, there's smoke.
Speechless. All right, we have a.
I don't know where to go with a big labia clop conversation.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah,
Chicago has the strictest gun laws. Guns illegal in the USA, but has the highest rate of death by gun in the USA. Reconcile that when owning a gun is illegal, only criminals will have guns. Prometheus 73. Thank you for the message, man. I don't know if this was directed at you. If you want to do a quick response.
No, but
So like Chicago,
I-
Democrat city, guns are illegal, but highest rates of gun crime.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
I mean, I said that earlier. It's just like
Oh,
abortion.
okay.
I mean, if it's illegal, it's just gonna be worse. I mean, I wish there was a world where everyone could just be peace, love, hearts, and there's no weapons, guns.
Yes,
but that's
yeah.
not
Come by,
realistic.
John Lennon,
because,
imagine.
Right,
Yes.
like it's
Totally.
right, but
Everybody can be friends.
yeah, right. But like, not everyone's gonna agree on everything. There's gonna be violence, and like it's gonna exist. Like that's not real.
Isn't this like just an empty platitude? Like,
wonder if-
in a world where there was no crime or violence or war,
religion too.
The need for peace or what is it?
Nothing to die for. There's nothing to die for.
But it's like in a world where these things existed, but like, okay, in the real world, then we got to have a conversation about what is.
Right.
Like, and the fact is, I don't think we'll ever get rid of war.
No, we won't.
You said abortion's worse if it's illegal.
Yeah, because you can't get correct medical attention. People are going to use whatever they can
Do you know how
find.
many abortions happen per year in America?
A lot.
If you had to throw a
Oh,
stone
I don't
at
know.
it.
I have no clue.
If you had to guess.
I have no clue.
Had to guess.
I can't.
Well, your life
Just tell
depends
me.
on it.
Mila.
You got no gun for defense. Your life depends on it.
I don't know.
A billion.
I don't know. How many people are in the world? 8 billion, right?
Here, let's save. Let's come back to the abortion thing.
It's not quite
Okay,
at
maybe not then.
1/7
Maybe
or
not that
1/8 of the
much.
world
Yeah, no,
population.
so okay,
not
maybe
quite
not.
there.
Okay, that was silly.
Guys, really
Democrats are
quick.
their way, maybe.
Guys, really quick. Like the video. Like the video. There's 10,000 people watching right now. And then if you could. Pull up the Twitch. Guys, go to twitch.tv/whatever. Drop a follow on the Prime sub if you have one. Curly Toes, thank you for the Prime about, what was that, a minute ago. Thank you, guys. Drop us a follow on the Prime sub. Josh had that Prime sub ready to go. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. If you're watching on Twitch, almost 2,000 on Twitch, so we got about 12,000 people total. Crazy Ace.
Plus the Crucible.
Thank you for the gifted 10 subs. Really appreciate it, guys. And so I got about 12,000 people watching between our YouTube and Twitch. If you have an Amazon Prime sub available, just check it out, see if you can drop us one. And then thank you guys so much for all the follows. AK Spartan Yeet, thank you for the follows, guys. Really appreciate it. Drops a follow in the Prime sub. And then, guys, you got to check out our Discord, discord.gg/whatever. The link for that is in the description. If you can pull up the behind the scenes tab, discord.gg/whatever. We post a bunch of the BTS on there. We post the hate DMs, the hate mail. We post a bunch of cool stuff on there. Great community, so be sure to check it out. Thank you guys, appreciate it. All right, let's get back into some of the pre-show notes. So going back to you, Angel, you
I've had a messed up life. Yeah.
said, surely a high body count is desirable for most guys because you can give him the best gluck
Oh, no.
of his life.
It's funny because I've never slept with anyone.
You're
Now
virgin?
the lies are stacking up now. The lies are really stacking up.
Wait, what about the guy with the Lamborghini? You never slept with
I
him?
never slept with him.
On the anal.
Bro, this chick's full of shit.
Yeah, they're really stacking up now. We're willing to let the curb stomp go, but this one we're not going to let
I
go.
don't need to lie.
You don't need to.
I don't
only
want
friends.
to lie. This is the time where I get to come on here and talk about my messed up life.
Wait, so a couple questions here. So you've been diagnosed by a psychiatrist with bipolar, is that correct?
Yeah.
With borderline personality disorder too. Someone DM'd me and said that typically people typically don't have both of those.
Exactly.
No,
Like,
first
and in
off,
fact, in order to be diagnosed with one, I think they have to preclude that you have the other diagnosis.
No.
But in any case, not the most important quarrel I have. But so you claim you have bipolar and BPD.
Yes.
And these have been borderline personality disorder.
Yeah.
And you used to be addicted to drugs?
I mean,
Or sorry, not just, excuse me. You used to do drugs, is that correct?
Yeah.
What drugs did you used to do?
I mean, I did a lot of coke.
Okay.
That's
drinking?
No, not really.
But you smoke marijuana, is
Yeah,
that
I
correct?
drink, but not like.
Any other drugs?
I've done shrooms.
Any psychedelics, hallucinogens?
The shrooms is a psychedelic.
Yeah.
But no,
When did you start drinking?
I drank when I was 15.
What and how soon did you start taking substances?
That was 15 too.
Okay. When were you diagnosed with bipolar and BPD?
I think I was 12. The bipolar was recently because they were able to actually diagnose it. But
Going back to this Lambo story, when you said cheated on, he was sleeping with your best friend.
yeah, they were doing the deed. I guess.
Are you
'cause I
religious?
wasn't- No, I'm not. But I guess because I wasn't doing it. then.
You're not religious?
No.
What, so you claim you're a virgin,
I am, but it's not for any reason. I just haven't wanted to do
despite
it.
you having been in relationships.
Yeah, I've slept with women. So I don't know, but it's not a.
I don't know if that, depending on what you did, I don't know if that necessarily makes you a virgin, but you've not slept with the men.
No.
At least you claim so. Well, I find this dubious because I think, look, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist. One component of bipolar and BPD, there is a sort of sexual impulsivity that's associated with these two diagnoses. You also claim to have been a drug user. It's not typically common that people engage in these sorts of vices like cocaine use, but also don't also engage in other sort of risky and dangerous behavior.
So-
I mean, I don't sexual intercourse.
So mine wasn't sex, it was more so making out with people. And it's very weird. So I had just had this conversation the other day. I had to have made out with about 400 people, and it was a big problem. You think I'm lying?
You're a
which is so
fucking liar!
messed up.
You're a fucking liar!
You do OnlyFans
Yeah,
as
she
well?
does.
Oh,
But I
Yeah.
just
See,
solo
oftentimes
content.
you get these sort of tactics or strategies that come on the show, and they'll have a persona that they're playing, whether it's a virgin or whether it's a fake conservative or whatever. And I think that this is just merely a persona that you're playing,
I could've
because
come on
nothing
here.
checks out. If you were doing all of the drugs for years and you were doing all these messed up things, and you're trying to tell me that you never ever engage in sexual activity,
Why is that a big deal that I haven't?
Because those things tend to go together.
But they don't go together with every single person.
Well, generally they tend to all live together in the same sort of household.
Well, that wasn't the case for me.
So what content do you do on OnlyFans?
I do solo content, so I haven't.
So you never have sex with a man?
No, with a
Not
woman,
even oral, not even oral, not even anal.
No.
Okay.
Not even?
I
Doesn't
believe
even
it.
have
I
a
believe
tattoo.
her. I believe you. I believe her.
Thank you. What the fuck?
I think it kind of would go with OnlyFans though, because depending on your clientele, you could essentially. I mean, I'm not into that world, but I would think that maybe people auction off their virginity sometimes. Like,
You think that OnlyFans is an auction of virginity?
No, I'm saying
There's a
that.
big pool of
I'm saying
virgins,
that
or
it wouldn't be surprising if
put a
somebody
number on
did
it?
OnlyFans and said that they were a virgin.
Said that they were a virgin.
Right, but then
He's confused because of her mental stage and drugs abuse. That's why he said that it's kind of difficult to stay virgin when you're taking drugs and you're a psycho. You
Oh,
know,
not
I
because
know.
of the OnlyFans, or
It's not because of the OnlyFans.
no, I'm saying like.
For sure,
I would
you can be a
understand
virgin
you can
and
be a
you know
virgin
that.
and do OnlyFans, and I
Yeah,
think
if
that
you're some
was,
psycho locking yourself somewhere in Nebraska or whenever,
just busy
and you're
yourself.
really scared of the human being, and you just jerk off by yourself in front of the camera. Of course you
Yeah,
can
so
be.
I tend to just go off of what's evidenced. So I'm not saying one way or the other.
There's not really a way to see.
Okay, yes, it
Well,
has.
I'm not asking you to even provide any. I'm just saying that I'm not going to make the judgment one way or the other, whether it's true or untrue. But I would like to ask you something. So you had said that you think the body count doesn't matter because obviously a woman who's really experienced is going to give a man the best fuck of his life, right?
Yeah.
So you would say specifically to all of your OnlyFans people that most certainly could not be you.
I mean, yeah, but I had friends that tell me that.
Yeah, no, but it most certainly could not be you.
What do you mean?
Well, because you're a virgin.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a high body count, you can't give a man the best fuck
No,
of
I'm
their
sure I
life.
can learn that.
Yeah, but
I was talking
well,
about.
hang on, back up. I just want to make sure I got this right. You say high body count equals being able to give a man the best fuck of his life, right? You have
No,
hang on.
best head.
Okay, best head. You have zero body count, right? So then you would tell all of your OnlyFans subscribers you most certainly could not do that, right?
I mean, yeah, but I can learn if they'll teach me.
Oh, okay.
But OnlyFans is not about to me. It's
Cha-ching.
personal.
No, it's not.
Right. So I mean, all roads lead to
the Gluck
lead to grift, right?
Lead to the Gluck Queen, actually.
Well, I mean, this is frustrating to me insofar as
What kind of content on the OnlyFans?
It's all solo content.
Yeah, nothing else.
I swear to God.
Okay.
You do post nudes, though, correct?
I do.
Okay, full nudes.
You're gonna love it.
You know, there's sort of like the pipeline of being involved in this sort of stuff. And while it is conceivable or possible that a woman could be a drug user, be diagnosed with bipolar, BPD, do pornographic
Why
content
the heck
on
now?
OnlyFans,
I'm getting it good now.
for her to also remain a virgin is highly unlikely. It's possible, but highly unlikely. But what's frustrating is I do think you're lying. And so
About which part?
the fact that you're a virgin, it's just so unlikely that given all these other things, it's kind of like...
I would eat my own shoe.
Well, there's a specific term for it, but it's like, you know, most people, you know, there's like these gateway drugs or whatever. Like most people aren't immediately jumping to like shooting heroin. Like they'll probably, maybe they drank first at a young age. Maybe they did marijuana, you know, this idea of the gateway drug, whatever. And then they get into harder substances. And it's like, well, you've already kind of gone beyond. It's like, it's what you're telling us is like, I shoot black tar heroin, but I've never smoked marijuana. It's kind of dubious. Like you've jumped to pretty far in terms of your other life circumstances, because when you hear other people who have very similar life circumstances, it typically involves some degree of sexual promiscuity too.
Oh, come
Okay,
on.
You're going to disagree with me because I do OnlyFans, and so you're going to say I have no respect for my body, but I still have respect for my virginity because it's what I allow inside of my body.
Are you straight, or you said you're bi?
I'm bi.
Do you prefer men or women?
Men.
So you've had, I'm just curious, you've had sex with women though?
Yes, but it was towards me. I didn't do anything.
So like, you
So I feel like
received,
I'm experimenting, but at the same time, I don't know.
so you're saying you received oral from
Yeah.
a woman, but you've not received oral from a man,
No.
despite being in at least two long-term relationships with men.
No, because they respected it, but clearly not, because I got cheated on.
Respected what?
That I didn't want to sleep with them.
So are you waiting until marriage?
Not really. I'm waiting till I feel like I'm ready. I still don't feel like I'm ready to have sex.
But you're ready to post your nude photograph online
That's
for...
me, myself, and
Come
I.
on.
That's my body.
What?
That's the way to survive.
I mean, you're free to, look, you're free to make the choice. I do think this whole thing is suspect. I don't know if it's, I'm almost inclined to see if there's any people who know you who are watching.
Okay.
What the heck?
Who would get in touch with me and
From the hard streets of Broward
From
County.
tell me if this is true or not. So I don't know if there's any people watching who know you. I just think it's super suspect.
Well, I posted it on my story, so I'm sure people can talk to you if I'm lying.
Okay, all right. It just also Andrew kind of investigated this claim a little too. You said surely a high body count is desirable for most guys because you can give him the best luck of his life. I mean, this doesn't seem to correspond with somebody who saying something like this does not seem to correspond with somebody who's a virgin.
No, because I wrote it as a joke. I had nothing for that question.
Yeah, but when I had inquired about it, you said, no, but I could learn. So the second it moved towards the idea that, okay, the claim of I could do this great thing for you, which I could see how that could be very appealing for somebody who had like OnlyFans Sims, right? I could do this great thing for you. But then the second it's kind of pushed back against us, well, wait, if you're a virgin, you've never engaged in that, by your criteria, you couldn't do this perfect thing. It would be some other OnlyFans creator who'd be able to do this perfect thing that would embody your fantasy. The instant pushback is like, no, I could learn. And so you can see from my perspective, I don't have enough clear evidence to say that you're telling the truth or not telling the truth. I only have enough clear evidence to say that the response based on the fact that there could be monetary damage to your reputation on OnlyFans, of you not being the one who can fulfill that fantasy for whatever simp, may perhaps want the fantasy of the woman who gives the best gluck gluck. When we disclude you from the gluck gluck, you're very quick to say that you're ready to learn the gluck gluck.
No, I'm saying
from your subscriber.
From your subscriber, right? That's what I'm
I didn't
saying.
say from my
You
subscribers.
said that they can teach you.
You can teach
Yes,
you.
a
They
man
can teach you.
can teach me. Whether,
Well, we were specifically talking about your OnlyFans, then you said, well, they can teach me, so.
well, they can.
But babe, you're doing only solo content, right? You're doing only solo content. Solo content, she's sitting in front of the camera and masturbating. This is all what she's doing. And I think she started doing it at 10 years old, you know? I mean, like, that's it. She's not obliged to make someone come. She's just masturbating in front of the camera, making herself come. That is what is solo content, if you guys never know.
It's good to know. Thank you.
And men, they come because they see how she's coming. That's it.
That's how it works.
What? You said your ex went to jail for murder?
Yeah, he did.
Which one?
The one with the Lambo. What?
No, go ahead. Tell the story.
I can't. He was a murderer. That's why I asked you if I could say murder. He killed someone during a drug deal.
Can we get the story up?
Huh?
Can we get the story up?
Okay. Chris Snyder. Or Christopher Snyder. Broward County.
Well, tell us the story while we're finding
That's
it.
genuinely the story. He killed someone for murder, and I wasn't with him at the time.
Right next to him?
No, I wasn't with him.
Was it because of like a bad deal or something, or like?
No, he was just a horrible person. Like he.
Like it was a random encounter, or?
Was he kind of a chunky ginger?
Ginger blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like a dirty beard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this happened when you guys were together?
But
No, like
there's an
you.
there's an inconsistency here with your story, though.
What?
Well, you said it wasn't drug related.
I said it was drug related.
Nope, you said it wasn't specifically.
She said it was.
Oh, I thought she said it wasn't.
I thought you said it wasn't either.
No, I said
You
it
said
was a drug
you said he
deal.
didn't go to prison for drug dealing, but you now said he murdered
But the
someone in a
crime
drug
was
deal.
He
related.
didn't go
In
to
a drug
jail
deal.
for drug dealing.
Yeah,
He
gotcha.
went to jail for murder.
Gotcha.
Which was related to
Drug dealing.
Yeah.
But he wasn't caught with drug dealing. I've done it. Like I've literally checked every single month.
No, I think we were
because
just
I'm
trying to
scared
see
of
if it
that
was
man.
related, like if something went wrong, like if he didn't have money, or you know what I mean?
No,
Like
it was him who was dealing the drugs. Him and his
right,
friend.
but you know how sometimes like the interaction can go bad, like if the person
Yeah.
buying, you know what I'm saying? They try to scam them out. I was just
Yeah.
wondering if it was related to that, or if it was like, was it a hit and run, or was it
Like,
like,
why
did he?
Yeah,
Because he's psychotic. There is like nothing to back that up with. Like he is just purely psychotic. The things that I've seen just was not okay.
But I'm saying like, so it was random, or was
I guess it was random. I mean, there's proof. If you want to see it. It would
Well, there's
show
proof
you.
that this guy went to prison for murder.
So am I just gonna pull a name out my ass sitting right here?
Well, I don't think that it would be unfair for us to judge that you would know people who were within your age bracket, friends of friends, things like this, who could potentially have gone to jail for murder. That's not evidence you dated them. Again, I don't have any reason to disbelieve
He
it.
was older than me.
Yeah, I get it, but so what? Everybody's older brother is older than them, right? So if you have your best friend, he has an older brother, he's older than you,
Yeah,
right?
this
So
is very much a horrible time in my life.
no, I get it. I'm not making the claim that you're not telling the truth. I'm just saying that this is not sourced evidence that you ever dated this guy. That's all I'm saying. So I'm not doubting your story. I'm just saying that you giving this claim by saying I know a guy's name who happened to do XYZ bad thing is not evidence that you're in any way involved with this person. That's all.
I think so, because you could have stomped that girl.
They don't
Now,
believe that either.
now, hang on. I think we could get like a threshold breaker, right? We
What
get
do
a
you
threshold.
mean?
Well, this wasn't very long ago that this happened, according to this story.
No.
So since it wasn't very long ago, and you were dating this guy around that time, I'm certain on your cell phones you got pictures of you with him.
Oh, sure as hell I do not.
Of course
that
not.
relationship was horrible.
Whew, what a
I went
shock.
to
So wait.
treatment afterwards because I was so messed up in the head.
In fact, since this was not so long ago, this was a really short time ago, in fact, you don't have a single surviving picture of you
No,
with this guy.
because not only was he a drug dealer, which is the bottom line, he was abusive. He held a gun to my head. He did all of this shit. No, I'm deleting everything.
Why?
That's what you do.
Because he's a piece of shit. I literally went to treatment for my mental health.
Not a
because of
single
this.
picture?
No, not a single fucking picture, because he can go live in a hole and go and off himself.
Okay. Fair enough. Did you have friends inside of the social circle which were friends with him?
I wasn't able to have friends.
Did he have friends?
Yeah, he had a friend, Daniel, whatever the hell his last name was.
Okay.
He was a drug dealer too.
Okay, so you had no female friends within his social circle either?
No, other than the girl he ended up cheating on me with was my friend.
Okay, did they have pictures of each other together?
I don't know. I don't talk to her.
Well, I mean, but
Like,
I'm sure that they got Facebook, everything like that.
No, people who's a criminal don't have a Facebook.
So, I mean,
He
well,
has no. He has a Facebook.
I'm saying
he has his little kid on there,
on
too.
his Facebook, is there any pictures of you?
No.
Of course not. So just to be clear, you dated this guy, he murdered people, you have not a single shred of evidence you were ever connected with him in any way, not a single picture. He doesn't have a single picture on his Facebook.
Would you keep someone's pictures who does everything like that?
I think I would have a remaining picture somewhere.
No.
yeah.
Sometimes they get lost, like the cloud. Like
Because your life is boring.
You know what I mean? And you're like,
I
oh
think
shit,
I would
I
have a
forgot about
picture.
this picture. I delete
Oh, no,
all
I mean, in comparison to this, I'm fine with my life.
Wait,
being
how
boring.
old were you when you dated him?
It was, I don't know. What year was that?
What?
Wasn't that
No, I'm not going to
2021?
tell you what year this happened.
I just
Why
said,
not?
wasn't that 2021?
No, so you're currently 18.
Yeah.
How old were you when you dated him?
I don't know, probably 15, 14.
16, he said.
Did you say 16?
He said
You
16.
definitely said 16.
Bro, I have
Because-
You just say don't know.
Does anybody recall?
Yeah, she said 16.
Wait,
just
chat,
said
can you
I
guys,
don't know.
I don't know, but she did date 2 guys. There's the 9-month one, the 11-month one.
Oh, who said 11 months?
Or sorry, no, I apologize. That was her. You had a 9-month
Yeah.
relationship, and that's
With him.
with him.
I don't remember
I don't know if you
exactly
said
what
I don't know if you
age.
said how old you were when you dated him. So
Okay,
16, I
I
remember it
I don't
clearly.
remember exactly my age.
well, this murder occurred May 4th of 2020.
Yeah, but I said it
or
was-
well around that time.
But I said it was recent.
That's 4 years ago.
I know. That's why I said it was recent.
Maybe they just fuck once and she call it.
Yeah, I know. But can you explain why it is?
Dude, hold on.
Hang on. No, you hold on. I just said it was recent. Is 4 years recent?
To me.
Oh, to you.
Is that when the article came out, Brian?
The article was published. I don't know the date of the incident, but published May 4th, 2020.
So that was over 4 years ago. You
Yeah,
would have
I
been
was
14, and you would have been dating him for 9 months, and then
I
I don't know
was
how long
underage.
between your friend cheating and you apparently curb stopping your friend, and then them dating, and then him doing the murder. But before that, you would have had to date him for 9 months at some stage. So you would have been like 13.
13.
The fact that we're gonna question me and then that relationship is crazy.
Why?
You brought
Because
it
I
up. You had
just
it in your
told
pre-show
you.
notes. We're
Because I
doing
just told you about everything
investigation.
that just happened with that
Yeah,
relationship.
but you claim that you're crazy. You claim.
I'm crazy, but I go and get help. I'm not that kind of crazy who beats women. He killed my fucking cat. Like, do you not
Was he Haitian?
understand? Huh?
Was he Haitian?
No, he was white.
Okay, that was funny. But that aside, I want you to just insert yourself in my shoes. So I'm willing to believe everything you're saying to me. Nope.
You don't
Was he Haitian?
understand, huh?
Was he Haitian?
No, he was white.
Okay, that was funny. But that aside, I want you to just insert yourself in my shoes. So I'm willing to believe everything you're saying to me. No problem with it at all. Heard way crazier shit from women turned out to be way truer than anything I've heard out of this table tonight, right? Heard it a million times. But the fact that this was 4 years ago, you said you were 16 when this happened. You weren't 16. You couldn't have been 16. It would have been actually impossible for you to have been
Because
16.
I
You're
can't
18 now.
remember.
So 4 years ago, this would have happened. You were around 13.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
probably.
you've given us now, it happened when I was 15. Oh, it happened when I was 14. Oh, now it's happened when you're 13. Now, your stories and the details begin to kind of fall apart, right? And so when I ask, okay, I'm sure that there's physical evidence, right? We can pull up one of these lawsuits? Nope, of course not. That's locked behind some type of blah, blah, blah. Okay, can we pull up any corroborating evidence for this? Nope, can't pull any of that up. Do you have a single surviving picture of the guy? Nope, don't have a single surviving picture.
would I
Does
have
he
that?
have one picture of you? The answer is no.
Why
so
would I have that?
why wouldn't he?
I don't know. He's a piece of shit, crazy psycho.
Oh, okay. It was dating a 13-year-old
Yeah, and I can't say
who
the
didn't
word.
who didn't remember that she wasn't
No,
13.
because I was on drugs.
At 13?
He was shoving them
Were you
in
going?
my
Wait,
mouth.
at
Wait,
13?
I thought the drug you started at 15.
No, bro, I cannot tell you.
To be fair, I think it was John Lennon who had a whole year of his life that he didn't remember on drugs. Maybe you just were partying in LA and just
No,
with all the rock
that is
stars.
just one of the reasons I went to treatment.
It's dubious. It's very dubious.
I feel like I'm in X-Files, right? Like I want to believe.
I don't even know what that is.
I want to believe.
I don't know what
The
that
truth is out there, and I want to know it.
Do you have 2 OnlyFans?
Yeah, I have a free one, and then I have 3 right now because I'm starting up the free page that I have. I have one for OFTV, which I'm starting now, but it's gonna take 2 months. And then I have my paid page, and then I'm coming up with a free one. But the free one's basically gonna be like lingerie pictures.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Very suspect, but anyways, we'll move it on. Who cares says, I'm sorry, but the lies are stacking up. I don't believe none of the stories. There was a guy back in high school who did the same thing. They give him 2 choices, go into the army or go to jail.
Yeah, that's pretty common.
It's not my problem.
Who cares? Thank you for the message. Appreciate it. And then we do have Ryan Durda here. Hey, Ryan, thank you for the super chat. Love the show, Brian. With that being said, W for Brian, Andrew, and Jake. Love each of your respective content and views on the current dating problem and calling out the delusional women. Mad respect. Can't forget about Madison and the other beautiful women behind you. We got a hat trick back here, 3 of them. Ryan Durda, thank you very much, man. Really appreciate it. All right. Well, we'll get into the rest of the notes. I had a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Your Instagram is called what?
Ball smeller.
Yeah. Say it one more time.
Ball smeller. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you.
With a Z, right? 2 Z's, is it?
1 Z.
1 Z. Balls.
Ball with a Z and then smeller.
That's tasteful. So are you a ball smeller? Is that what? Are you a ball smeller?
You know, I like the name. Yeah, sure. I can be a ball smeller.
I love smelly
So you, like,
balls.
lifted and
What?
What if they haven't showered in a few days and they're a bit, there's a bit going on down there? Do you still smell them?
Preferably not. I don't like dirty men.
So you don't live up to the name. So just selective balls. You're not
Yeah, sure.
Clean ball smeller.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. All right.
Ballist.
Okay. Let's see here. Isabella, though, right, is your actual name. You said not sure if I can talk about that one, but you'd like to talk about people's perspectives on taking breaks, long distance, the overall state of dating culture today. I think taking breaks in a relationship is really just a way to talk to other people. Being friends with an ex doesn't work and is disrespectful. No actual disagreements there. Let's see. You want to tell us the story of the crazy ex guy?
Oh, yeah, that's true. She did say he was 19 at the time of the arrest.
I said I think.
You didn't know?
No. Again, everything is patchy.
All right. So you have, I'll just read it, and if you want to add in anything, feel free. So for Isabella, you have an ex who was secretly a P3DO, told me he liked younger girls.
Yeah.
He moved away, and 2 years later I found out they were now
A woman.
the ex.
Yeah.
They were now a trans female.
Yeah.
So he was a male, born male.
Yeah.
Now a woman. Your most recent ex had a dad who was schizophrenic. He told me he heard voices and became physical. One time I was choked out until I blacked out, which later led me to press charges. Oh, your ex's dad did this.
No. His dad was schizophrenic. He said that he heard voices too. I mean, it's like hereditary, so he probably heard voices. He was crazy. There's something wrong with him. He had issues.
Wait, so the dad was schizo, but also
Yeah.
the ex?
Well, the ex told me he heard voices. He wasn't diagnosed.
Oh, the ex told
father
you.
was diagnosed.
Okay. So your ex was the one who choked you out.
Yeah.
And you blacked out, and then you
Yeah.
pressed charges.
Yeah, I didn't mean to press charges either. I was like typing
Oh.
on a Google Doc, just telling my friend the story, and then school like made me talk to counselors, and that's how it went through.
Okay. He went to court and is now a convicted felon.
Yeah.
I stayed in the relationship to see it out. He had an extreme corn addiction, which created conflict.
Yeah.
He'd watch content, and his friends found his corn and sent me screenshots. He would watch Asian porn.
Yeah.
What? Despite me being mixed white and Hispanic, he was bisexual and talked about attractive men. He
Yeah.
watched cartoon corn. Holy shit, this is a...
So it's a super same guy.
That's-
Same guy.
Oh, same guy.
Yeah.
What I mean,
I still saw it out.
what was wrong? I mean, what was wrong with him watching the Asian porn though? I mean, that's what's wrong with that.
I don't want my boyfriend watching porn if I'm in a relationship with them. I think that.
It would have been better if it was a mixed white/Hispanic woman he was
if
jerking
they,
it to.
If they looked like me, I'd feel a little bit better, but they were.
You'd feel better or worse?
They brought like insecurities out. They brought like insecurities out.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
How long's the look been going on for?
Probably since sophomore in my high school year. I started dyeing my hair instead.
How old is that? I'm not sure.
15.
Yeah, 15-ish.
15? And the nose piercing and all of that and the
Yeah.
stuff there?
Yeah.
Been happening for a while?
Mhm.
And the ball sniffer, how long has that been going on for?
Oh, that's just a recent name for fun.
Yep.
No, you have to keep it as your brand.
Yeah.
Speak about
Do you think
it,
maybe
yeah,
you
because it's fun.
are attracting a certain type of guy?
I would say so, yeah. Tends to be the wrong man. But
Are these tattoos here?
Kind
by
of
the
where
way?
schizophrenic
No.
can choke you out.
apparently, I didn't know he seemed like a good guy.
But I mean, you gotta
love
gotta
bomb
stick.
someone.
I know,
but,
but you gotta stick it out. You gotta stick it out, right? I mean,
I
like
cared
you
for
said, you
him.
gotta stick it out. You gotta see this thing through.
I cared for him. He came from a hurt place, and I wanted help.
So did he? So did he dump you?
No, I dumped him.
So how did you? You didn't see it. You didn't see it through then, right?
Well, I've broken up with him multiple times. We got back together. It was messy from the start. And then it's like the court case, I couldn't be with him anymore after court. It wasn't, like his parents wouldn't allow it, my parents wouldn't allow it. It was just something.
So there was a
that
whole
happened.
court case and you guys were together through that?
Did he admit that he did that?
Over text, and I had that.
Okay, but he didn't. What did he say in court? Did he say he did it?
I wasn't at court
No.
because we were minors.
Gotcha.
Damn. What the fuck? Okay. And you Wait, you said it was on. Excuse me. It was on again, off again.
Yeah.
How many times was it?
Probably 3. I'd break
3.
up with him, he'd beg for me back, and I'd always
Like, would
fall
he
for it.
cry?
Yeah, write me letters and stuff, and come to my house. And stuff
Yikes.
Like that. Yeah.
Did you get a restraining order or anything?
No, he threatened a restraining order, but I didn't.
Oh.
Probably should got one.
Wait, were you
before he
crazy
comes
too?
out.
Were you crazy too?
Crazy for loving him, yeah.
But like he threatened a restraining order on you. So like, what kind of? Were you doing shit or was he just being goofy?
No, because I'd like text him saying I miss you and stuff like that, and he'd be like,
Was this before or after he choked you unconscious?
after. Yeah.
Would you like threaten like your life if he wouldn't get back with you?
No.
Would he?
Mm-mm.
Wait. Okay. Wait.
Yeah.
Did you? Were you? Just curious. I'm just curious. Are you like when you're hooking up with a guy? I know you got a boyfriend or whatever. Do you like to be choked?
It's a good question.
Not anymore.
Wait, this happened. Wait.
This wasn't during sex. I wasn't
Oh.
choked out during sex.
Okay.
I was fully clothed.
It was. Yeah.
Just made you
But
not
you
want
used to
to.
like to be choked. It's okay if you were.
Yeah.
So he ruined something for you.
I guess you could
Basically.
say so. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. That's an interesting story. Sorry to hear about the whole choking thing. All right, let's get to Sasha. Russian in LA, boss lady.
Yeah, here I am.
Pansexual fucktoy as your username on. You said porn saved you from drugs but killed your soul.
Yeah,
So you used to do substances.
yeah.
Okay. You said corn is rotten, and you just took a decision to leave it a couple days ago, a week, 10 days ago, was it?
Yeah, there's a...
You stopped?
You can see on Twitter, yeah.
You stopped?
I quit.
Like traditional corn or like OF stuff too? Or are you gonna keep doing OF?
Solo OF, I keep...
You'll keep doing the solo stuff, but you did...
I quit mainstream porn.
How many
I quit
sce-
shooting for the
how many-
productions.
Yeah, how many scenes did you do?
Over 100.
Over 100. What, have you ever done like two guys?
I did many gangbangs.
Many gangbangs.
Of course. I'm a specialized on...
You're a specialist. She's a gangbang specialist. Okay.
No, there's different niche, but that one
Yeah.
also.
How many gangbangs did you partake in?
I don't know. When you work in practice, you're not counting. You don't count. Like,
Do you think more than 50? More than
gangbang? No.
20, 30?
Maybe 20.
20. What's the biggest?
Amount of the dudes?
Yeah, the most amount of.
This never was too much. It was max maybe 7.
Not too much.
Yeah, not too much.
Not too much. Like like just a little
Reasonable amount.
Reasonable.
No, serious.
It's an average
No,
wingspan.
20. It's like sorry, 20 dudes. That yeah.
Wait. Oh, there was a 20.
Never.
No,
But
never
That
20.
can be fun. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Did you ever see yourself going as high as 8 one day?
Sorry.
Did you ever see yourself going as high as 8 one day from 7?
I quit porn.
Yeah, I know. That's not what I'm
Eight's
asking.
too
When,
much,
when you did,
stupid.
did you ever think you would build yourself up to 8?
But you don't care. That doesn't matter. During the gangbang doesn't matter. You can bring one more dude. Doesn't matter because all your holes should be always filled with something. So it doesn't matter. They can change like one then another. The director just always screaming like all the holes should be always filled. And it doesn't matter how many dudes is around. Even if it's only 3 dudes, your holes gonna be always be filled. You know?
The what?
Wait,
Holes?
I just-
Holes, yeah, mouth, pussy, ass, all the holes.
Double.
that-
Wait, have you ever had double?
My niche is double anal penetration.
Is that why you have the tattoo that says ass slut?
Anal slut.
Anal slut is the tattoo.
My bad.
Get it right, Andrew.
What was I thinking?
Do you have any other cool tattoos?
Yeah, next to my butthole, it's a insert here. It's like for the coin, you know, it's like insert here. Like on the Coca-Cola machine. You know?
Super Ultra D-Gen 9000.
What
It's a
the?
direction for these dumb guys, you know.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. They can't figure it out, dummies.
That's interesting. Okay, all right. Well, okay, all right. You
So porn is rotten.
rotten.
Yeah, and as soon as I left it, I find out about you guys, and I was like, very interesting. Because as soon as you're inside the porn industry, you kind of blind, probably with money and fame. And as soon as you're out, it's like, okay. During these 3 years, I saw so many girls leaving mainstream porn. Some of them on the right when they just reached the Olymp, you know, and it was so confusing to me. I was like, are you crazy? Why are you leaving mainstream? But only now I understood.
Can I ask you a
why.
couple of questions?
Sure.
Did you have a recent conversion to Christianity?
Of course.
Of course you did. Okay, so
Not Christianity. No.
No, what?
Because I just believed on God. I find out the God in my life.
Yeah.
Of course, it happens in this.
So did you have a recent conversion, spiritual conversion?
Yeah, of course, it happens in the same hour.
The same hour you quit?
Yeah, I was. Yes,
Yeah.
it was like that. I was about to jump out of window, and I write on the paper. I say what I want to do. I write it so fast before I jump. I write, and then on the top, I write, God will give you the answer. And I write the star of the Jew, because I'm a Jewish. And then all the psychosis started, and I couldn't understand what's happening. And then I ran to the mirror in the restroom, because I was so worried that I'm gonna jump now, because it's just like was sound inside me, jump, 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 jump. And I couldn't find the remote control to turn off the Netflix, because I never can find the remote control. So I ran to the shower, and I look at
Saved by your lack of understanding technology.
Look at on the mirror, and there was eyeliner, and I draw on the mirror Star of the David, and I just looked so deep inside, and I was like, oh yeah, of course, quit porn. And the answer was just like God touched me.
Into the mic, into the
That's
mic.
how I felt.
Into the mic, into the mic.
Like a God touched me this
We're a
second.
spiritual awakening.
Yes, it was exactly like that.
How come God didn't tell you to quit OnlyFans too?
Oh, I hope I will soon.
Yeah, I know, but how come He didn't tell you to do that too?
I hope I will quit
Yeah, I know,
OnlyFans.
but how come? Why do you think He didn't tell you to do that too?
We have this conversation with God 1 year and 2 months ago when I visited Jerusalem for the first time in my life, and I promised to Him that I'm gonna stop to do escorting.
Okay.
And I say to myself, but porn is different, you know. So that's how I've been thinking.
Yeah, I know, but my question is.
Yeah,
why do you
I hear
think-
what you say.
Yeah, why do you think
so
that
I quit
yeah.
escort, now I quit porn, and of course I would like to also quit
So why don't you?
masturbating on camera.
Yeah, so why don't you do that?
I need money to survive.
Oh, okay, right. I'm sorry. You can't survive any other way than to masturbate on a camera?
I think I can.
Oh, well, then why don't you do that? If God is speaking to you and
I'm
telling
on
you
my
to
way.
stop doing that,
I'm on my way.
Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? I'm on my way.
Trying to find a way to make
Like, imagine
money.
for a second I said I had a revelation from God to stop doing this sinful behavior. Let's say in this case murdering, and you're like, "Hey, have you stopped murdering yet?" And I'm like, "I'm on my way." Listen. I'm trying my hardest to stop.
Absolutely.
Trying my hardest to stop murdering. I really am. Okay, I'm on my way to doing it.
Bro,
Wouldn't it be
okay.
better to just stop doing
All
it?
the questions that you're asking me now, I've been going through to them for last months. All this conversation with God and keep speaking and trying to find what is really sin, what is makes me feel like I'm a sinner. So during all the months, I'm going and I find out that that the sin it's when I allowed that man touch me if I don't want he touch me.
Yeah, okay, but the whole idea here of you doing porn is allowing men to touch you for money.
Exactly. That's why I quit it.
Yeah, right. So
Solo OnlyFans
I want to
is
make sure.
different.
So I want to make sure I get this right. Your great revelation was not that that selling sex is wrong. It's that allowing men to touch
Oh,
you.
of course, I'm a porn producer as well. Of course, I'm gonna keep selling porn. Come on, I have my own production.
So then, what was the
It's
revelation?
just about that I don't want-
So wait, hang on. So your revelation from God was stop allowing men to have sex with you, but continue to allow
Stop-
other women to allow.
I don't really
Hang on.
care
Let
about
me
anyone,
ask the
bro.
question.
Yeah, okay,
but allow
sorry.
other men to have sex with other women, putting them in the exact same situation you were in, and you're going to continue to distribute that.
Okay, bro, I don't really care about others.
Yeah, I know you don't really care about others, but I would like an answer to my question. Here's my question again. Listen to what I'm
Okay.
asking. So it's okay for you. God told you, stop it. Stop doing that. Stop letting these men exploit you.
It wasn't like that. No, he just gave me the idea how
Okay,
to
so he
become
gave you the
happy.
idea, right? So why would you then go on to be a distributor of pornography, putting other women in the exact same position that you found yourself in when you were about to off yourself?
Okay. Where's the question?
That's the question. Why would you continue to do that, knowing that you're putting other women in the exact same situation that makes them want to off themselves that you were in?
I'm giving you the answer because I don't care about other women.
You only care about you.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what solipsism is?
I care only about my happiness for the moment.
Yeah, you only give a shit about yourself.
As soon as I can help other women, I can help them to quit porn as well.
You can help them right now by not distributing pornography that they're involved in. Wouldn't that be helpful?
I don't think this will be helpful because there's other porn producers as well.
So I want to make sure I got this right. If I was a murderer, it wouldn't be helpful if I stopped murdering because other people also murder.
But you can keep murdering.
Because it's a direct analogy. If I was a murderer, it would not be helpful to society if I stopped murdering because other people also murder.
Yeah, there will be less people killed.
Yeah, there'd be less people. So in
Literally.
this case, there'd be less people who get the corn distributed to because you're not distributing it, right?
Okay, right.
Yeah. So I don't really understand why you're like, okay, well, this is bad for me.
For the moment, I'm thinking only about me. I will treat my own problems, my own sins.
But you said you want to get to a position where you're helping other women, but you could do that right this second. You could just stop distributing pornography.
I need to make money. I need to pay
You don't
bills.
need to make money doing porn. Why do you need to do that? That's insane. Why do you need to do that?
I don't say I need to. I say I
You
need
just
to make
literally
money.
said, I need to make money.
I need to make money.
And this is the way you make money?
For the moment,
Yeah,
yes.
why do you need to make money that way?
It's the only one way I can for the moment.
No, it's not the only way. You can get a thing called a job. You ever heard of one of those? Where you go in, you punch a clock, you work, you leave.
I'm not sure I can get one job. I don't have working permit.
Yeah, you can get a job. You get an under the table job. You
I
can
don't
do
have a
anything on
working
planet
permit.
Earth other than selling and distributing pornography. Like that. How
Give me
could you
example.
ever? How could you ever convince
Give me
another
example.
human being?
Give me example. I will take it.
Yeah, go work as an under the table secretary. I could literally connect you with YouTubers. You could do secretary work if you stop doing porn tomorrow. What do you mean? There's a million different ways to
Okay,
make
cool.
money.
Maybe you connect me with someone.
Yeah, okay. And then you'll say, but I have to make $25,000 a month or else else that just can't afford to live, right?
No, you don't know.
Yeah,
bro.
well, I'm just saying, like, it doesn't make any sense if you say, I need to do this. I must distribute pornography or can't make a living. That's absurd. Of course you can. How do you think everybody else makes a living? Almost nobody sells corn.
Oh, I'm 36 years old. I'm sucking dick since I'm for money 21. Since I'm 21.
Yeah, I mean, you should have done that.
don't
Yeah,
have education.
Sucking dick when you're 21 is not a good idea. I agree.
don't have education.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
going to
know
be an
what
entry level
normal
job.
job
Like it's going to be rough. Yeah, I agree.
I
It's
don't know
going to
what
be
the
rough.
normal job is.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's going to be
I never
rough.
did.
The money's not going to be easy. It's going to be
And
harder
I'm not
money.
planning to go to normal job. I have a different plans.
Oh, really? And does that involve distributing pornography?
No, a YouTube channel.
No, that's not. You're going to be a big YouTube star?
Not particularly big.
Okay. So your plan is to stay in media?
No, media stars. Yeah, this is a plan to switch from the
And
porn.
you're going to help other
OnlyFans.
women. Let me guess, you're going to go on tour and help other women who are struggling with the same struggles you've struggled with, right? You're going to lead them to the primrose promised land, aren't you? You're going to help them get out of this industry.
It's so
when
sad that
you're
you don't
when you're
know
distributing
me.
the same pornography right now, saying I need the money, then you're going to move out into the I'm going to help you get out of this industry that I'm currently supporting even right now, right? Is
I don't get your question.
that's
There's no
the,
question.
Like, that's the plan. Is that the plan?
No, this is not the plan.
What's the plan?
For tomorrow or for the week or for the months? Be more particular with your
For the next
question.
6 months. For the next half year, yeah.
Half year?
Yeah.
I don't go that far. 3 months.
Okay, what's the plan for the next 3 months?
Concentrating on my solo content.
Oh, okay, so you do more corn.
Probably start a YouTube show.
Talking about how bad corn is, right?
No, I would like to do show with canceled people.
Yeah, no, are you going to talk about how bad corn is?
No, with canceled people.
Cancelled people?
Yeah, people who just got canceled. Do you know what it means get
Yeah,
canceled?
canceled for what?
Porn and showbiz.
Wait, they got canceled how?
How people get cancelled in showbiz? You don't know how
No,
people
not
get
for
cancelled
porn.
in porn.
I've never heard
There's
of
so
somebody
many people
getting
cancelled in porn. Like every goddamn month, they almost try to cancel me
cancel you for what?
for saying bad stuff online.
Oh, okay, so you're going to preach against the corn industry.
Yes.
Oh, okay, while you're doing corn.
Whenever, let's say like
Okay,
that,
yeah. So while you're doing corn, you're going to start a YouTube channel talking about how you were almost canceled
I'm
because you
already,
spoke out about how bad corn was.
I'm already speaking shit about porn. all
While you're
around.
doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And can I?
Yeah,
Can
I don't understand the consistency there.
There's no consistency.
Yeah, I
just do
agree.
it
There's no
whenever I
consistency.
want.
It makes no sense. It's
I
like
like
he's
that you
saying,
try to
oh,
find
okay,
always sense in everything, but sometimes there's no sense.
No,
Sometimes
there's
you
no
just
sense.
Go with the flow, you know?
Yeah, go with the flow, right? Yeah, hey, keep distributing the same corn that almost made you commit suicide, and then on top of that, after all that is done,
No,
right this
OnlyFans
second,
never makes me
I'm gonna
suicide.
start-
You crazy?
that's what you
OnlyFans
just
can't.
said.
Porn makes me almost fucking get killed myself.
Yeah, I know,
working
but
for
why did-
production. You don't know what it means to working for production, okay? You never been there in the middle of the stage, so you don't know what.
What does
it
that
means.
have to do with
And-
anything?
And how much it's killing you? It's killing your
You
soul.
still
literally.
distribute the content. You said
It's
yourself.
not killing your soul
Why
when
do
you're
you
selling
distribute?
content in OnlyFans.
Why do you distribute that content? Why do you distribute it?
Because I need money.
Right, so you don't care about killing your soul. You don't care about any of that. You're full of shit. All you
Okay.
want is my money, and if you can get a YouTube channel where you can go sell.
How you know what
oh,
I
hey,
care
the evils
about
of the
and what I
corn
don't
industry.
care about? You're not inside my head.
You
How
literally
can
just said
say-
I don't care about anybody but me.
Of course, because first of all, I need to fix myself, and then I will fix the others.
Well, what do you
okay?
do? Try to
How
get-
I can fix that bitches if I'm all like that?
I don't know.
Shaken,
You're the one who
okay?
wants to have a YouTube channel where you're fixing the corn industry that you're
I'm
currently
not gonna fix
distributing.
the core porn industry. I'm gonna speak about porn, about canceled people.
Yeah, about how bad it is.
Get it?
About how bad it is?
Yes.
Why are you distributing it?
Okay?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and
okay, I just want to make sure.
so I can't speak bad about porn while I'm selling my content on OnlyFans. That's what you want to
Well,
tell
I don't know.
Or
I-
am I obliged to quit OnlyFans and only then I can start?
Yeah, okay,
Can't
here.
start bad about porn, right?
Yeah,
so
well,
I have to. So
yeah,
don't
I think
understand the
it would be. I
difference.
think it would be wise. Yeah, probably for you to stop distributing pornography.
And only
before you
after I
start
can
pointing out
start
how
to
bad it is. Yeah.
No, I can do whenever I want and when I want.
You
okay?
can. You can. Do you think people are going to see you as somebody who has a
Do you
consistent
think I
view?
care what they think about me?
I do. I do. If you think you're going to have a YouTube channel, right?
I have a YouTube channel.
And how's it doing?
I have so much hate.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure you do.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Hate, it's important. It makes you get
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems to me, right, that you would stop distributing the same pornography that put you in the same situation that you were in, where you felt like unaliving yourself, before you decide to have a YouTube channel raging about the same industry that you're still currently supporting.
Come on, there's no timing. You do whenever you want and when you want, okay? You just like go and do it.
And you don't care about anybody but yourself.
First of all, you have to care of yourself, and only after about the
Yeah,
others.
but you didn't say that. You said, I don't care about anybody else.
For the moment, I don't care
so
about
when do you think
anyone
you will
else.
care about other people?
When I will have power.
Next
to
Tuesday?
care.
Next
When I will-
Thursday?
When I will have power.
Oh, when you have power, then you'll care? You don't have the power to care about other people right now?
No.
Didn't you say you want to speak to people who have been cancelled?
I want to invite them to the show to make fun of them.
Why? Oh, to make fun of them.
Oh, you want to cancel?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you
want.
want to be the canceller.
Yeah, I want to get the canceller inside my show to make fun of them, trolling them.
Oh, the canceller.
The people who got cancelled.
Wait, so you want to talk to the people who are cancelling or the people who got cancelled?
The people who got cancelled.
Yeah.
I want to invite them to the show.
Why? So you can say,
I'm
ha,
making
ha,
fun
you
of
got
about them.
So you want to cancel the people that got canceled?
Like double cancel.
No, I want to re-cancel them, actually, because nobody invite them on a podcast and a show. Nobody. As soon as they get cancelled, people just kind of don't even want to look at them, don't shoot in content with them, nothing. But I want to know them story, and I want to make a show and invite them and to know them story, and maybe help them to get cancelled, because some of the dudes that got cancelled actually did nothing bad, in my perspective. But
So
in
you
perspective
want
of
to-
society, they did crazy shit.
Do you
So
wanna make
then I
fun
was
of
like,
them?
why not to open a podcast where I can invite these people and let them speak? Maybe I will troll some of them, maybe no, depends.
Or maybe you're a KGB spy, right?
Maybe.
It could be that.
Maybe.
I mean, you came up from the southern border, you apply for asylum. By the way, is your asylum in any way dependent on the fact that you do corn or not? If you put that as an occupation, can it hurt your political asylum chances?
Okay, I put everything inside my political asylum because they say that they can, they can agree only if I say truth. So
Could it affect?
they will affect if I will lie.
Yeah. So hang on. So will it help your chances of getting granted asylum if you quit doing porn? Will it help your chances of getting it?
Depends of the judge.
But it could help, right?
Depends of the judge.
It could help, right?
Now maybe he jerk off on my porn.
Yeah, right. But it could,
particularly this
but
judge.
But it could help.
You know, then it's not gonna
Yeah,
help.
no,
He's
you're
gonna
not
be
answering-
sad and
not
cry
answering
and
the
say,
question.
Sasha, go back
Not
to the
answering the
porn.
question. Could it help?
I have no idea. Depends of the
You
judge.
don't know?
It's a human.
Yeah, I know it's a human. Could it help?
Depends of the human.
Yeah, I get
Depends
that
of the
it's
judge.
so depending.
If he's
So
gay
some
or
judges.
he's straight, we don't know.
Okay. Do you think that most judges it would be helpful if you said I no longer do corn, Your Honor?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Because guys jerk off a lot.
So you're not going to go in front of the
and
judge?
every judge is jerk
Yeah.
off
So you're not going to go in front of the judge and be like, I quit doing that.
Sorry?
You're not going to go in front of the judge and say I quit doing pornography.
I'm not allowed to speak with the judge. My lawyer gonna speak.
Okay. So is your lawyer going to go in front of the judge and say, Your Honor, she doesn't do pornography anymore?
I will ask him to put it inside my.
Yeah, of course, because it'll help your chances for asylum. That's awful convenient.
sure, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know. It's awful convenient that you decided when you applied for asylum
No,
to
I don't
drop
see
the
conne-
corn,
I
right? It's
like
very
the-
convenient,
I like
isn't
that you
it?
see connection on it.
Yeah, I
like
can
it.
see the connection on it too.
I
Yeah.
like, but my court is going to be in 5 years. But okay. So
Unless it's
don't-
sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's sooner, right?
Then it makes sense.
Yeah.
I see. But no, mine is in 5 years.
We'll see. We don't know that, right? You don't know exactly when it's going to be due.
I have the date. What do you mean?
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it could be
know.
expedited forward.
Yeah, I know. You're right. But I hope it's going to be in 5 years.
Yeah, I'm sure. Say, I got my life together. I don't do this anymore. You should grant me asylum and make me a citizen of this great country, Your Honor, right?
No, not like that. If they don't give, I don't really care. If they don't give me asylum, I always can marry someone. It's not a big deal.
All right. Done with my inquiry there.
Okay. We have 2 chats here. Noah R. Thank you, Noah, for the message. The West has fallen, gentlemen. The West has fallen. Thank you, Noah. Good to see you in the chat, man. We have also Lol Paladins coming in here in just a moment. He sent in a very generous $100 message.
Did we ever get Killer of Cereal's? We got his little photo. You got his photo up?
The photo?
Yeah, when the super chat comes up with it.
Oh, no. I think I had to discontinue the photo, but the audio thing is still the same. Okay, Brian and Andrew, how can you hope to compete to hold these girls hostage with substances like caffeine? How dare you when what they really want is DP in the A? You need to up your game. He's right. He's right.
I don't understand.
He's right. It's true. It's very difficult holding them hostage with.
Well, Brian has been accused multiple times of holding women such as yourself, who are free to come and go as you please, hostage by offering them substances like caffeine.
Do you want to tell the truth why I quit porn? Not only because of the God.
So you were lying?
No, it's also because of the God. Nobody wants to shoot me in America.
Yeah, I know.
I arrived
get
from
it.
America 1 year ago,
But I just
and
wanna make
no
sure-
one production wants to shoot
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because they don't like that I speak a lot online. So the brothers told me, we will never shoot you if you keep speaking about anything else except
Hey, so
porn.
let me make sure I got this right. You expected us to believe that you went and you drew.
No, bro, this is all true. Okay, don't say it.
I just want to make
Okay,
sure.
don't say it. This is all true.
You don't
But
even know
all
what I'm
this
gonna
happens.
say. I don't even know what I'm
fall.
going to say.
I fall in the red
Comrade,
hole.
you don't even know what
because
I'm going to
nobody-
say, comrade. Calm down, comrade. Let me say my piece. You went to mirror and wrote symbol, and then God tell you stop porn, and it turned out, comrade, that you actually stopped porn because you got cancelled by
No,
porn.
no. I'm not getting cancelled. But why all this happens with me? Why I start to losing my mind?
Because you
Because
got
of porn
canceled.
industry.
Yeah, you got
because
canceled
of the porn.
because you got canceled.
I didn't get cancelled. They was planning
You
to
just said
cancel
nobody's
me.
going to shoot you. What is that besides canceled? If nobody's going to film you doing corn,
No,
then
cancel
that's
is when you
canceled.
officially cancel.
What the fuck? Nobody. How do you get officially canceled? What is the official? Is there a court?
No,
Does the court officially get together?
No, we have the papers. I have the agent. Everything.
What papers?
You signed the
are
contract.
officially banned from doing corn. There's no paperwork for that. What are you talking
the
about?
paperwork to work. I have a paperwork to work for the porn production.
Okay.
So as soon as I quit porn, I cancel all that. I said,
Yeah,
no,
I know,
I'm not
but
going to
you
work for you
said that
anymore.
the people who were here already were not going to film you. You were effectively already. You're not doing anything
They was
noble.
not
You're screaming at the corn industry you want to currently work for because they won't shoot you in a corn.
They doesn't want to shoot me because of who I am. Yes.
Yeah, because
and I lose my mind because of this. You understand?
Yeah, so you got canceled.
Can
You're
you
pissed
imagine?
off, and now you got
Nobody
a vendetta.
canceled me.
Now you got a vendetta.
I left porn before you fucking bastard canceled me. You
whatever.
get it?
Yeah.
I left it before.
You call me
okay?
rage. It's call me rage. Look, you got canceled. You told me you got
I
canceled.
did not get canceled.
You
Stop,
got canceled.
bro. No, I'm not.
Yes, you did.
No. No,
you said I'm pissed
not.
off. I got a vendetta against these people. They canceled me, and I'm gonna get them.
No, they didn't.
And I don't give a
cancel
fuck about
me.
anybody else you said.
They didn't cancel
I don't
me.
care about nobody but me.
They told me to shut my mouth, and I shut my mouth in April. My publicist asked me if I can go on live and apologize for everything that they said.
Hold on here. All right, we're having a lively convo. Can you lower the volume a little bit? Lower the volume. Lower the volume. Lower the volume. That's good. Peyo, thank you very much for the raid, man. Appreciate it. I hope you had a good stream. Peyo's a World of Warcraft streamer. Appreciate it very much, Peyo. Thank you so much for the raid over there on Twitch. Speaking of which, we're getting into a heated debate.
Between myself and a member of the Spence Stars. Go ahead.
What? Tell me.
KGB? Anyways.
You are so good on confusing
Pull
people.
up Twitch really quick. Pull up Twitch since we got a raid from our good friend Peyo. Guys, go to twitch.tv/whatever. Peyo, thank you so much for the raid, man. Like I said, hope you had a good stream. If you're coming over from Peyo's stream, I'm about to ask them a World of Warcraft related dating question. Drop us a follow if you like Peyo. We're going to talk about dating as a French Canadian too. And then also, if you have an available Prime sub, drop us a little Prime sub in the chat. Appreciate it. Actually, can you pull up his Instagram, because I want to see if I can hook Peyo up here. Can you pull up Peyo's Instagram? It's I think it's like, you can Google it, it'll come up.
Can I say something? You know, every time when I start the subject, I want to speak about something important, and you just go like in a shitty hole, like something important.
You're
like,
full of shit.
Oh, of course, bro. Of course, like all of us, you know. But
I don't know about all
I want
of
to
you,
speak
but
about
you're full of
something.
shit for sure.
I want to speak something important about that. Porn is not allowed you to speak openly. You know, this is important subject because girls are not allowed to
Cancel
speak.
culture in the porn industry is
And as soon as you speak,
it's depressing. The problem of our time that women cannot speak out against the porn industry without the porn industry
not
not
against
lobbying
the
them
porn
to
industry.
porn
They're not allowed to speak about anything.
Yes, you can. You can speak out against the porn industry. People do it all the time.
But as soon as you
Andrew, she's talking about you can't talk about political subjects in the porn industry. You know, the porn industry.
No, you're not
is
allowed
one of
to
the
speak about
hubs for political discourse
anything. As soon as you're
in the
working in
world.
the mainstream porn, you're not allowed. All what you're allowed to do is say, hello, I have a beautiful ass, look at my titties.
Mm-hmm.
You're not allowed to speak about God, about political, about your opinion, about the genders or
Those sons
anything.
of bitches. Those
We need
bastards.
more discourse in the porn
We
industry.
need more political discourse from corn stars. That's what we need.
Yep.
It's the way to solve the country's problems moving forward.
I don't say we need it,
But you started saying some political stuff.
No, I never spoke about politics.
You just said that the reason they
give
won't
example.
film you.
I just give example.
You said the reason they won't film you is because of your political takes.
I did not say it. You're crazy. I did not say it.
Then why won't they film you again?
Because of what I'm speaking online.
Which is?
About how black guys is stupid.
Oh my God.
So your political takes. Got it. So your political takes got you canceled from
They're
doing
eating the dogs.
corn. That might be the only time I've seen cancel culture I agree with.
I don't get what you mean.
I know.
All right. Let's see here. We have. Do you have Peyo's Instagram really quick? Why not?
So political is not always about.
All right.
political.
Hold on. Moving things on. Okay. All right.
No, social issues are political.
Okay, it was my mistake.
All right. Would you guys date this gentleman here? He's French Canadian. Scroll down. Start scrolling down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Keep scrolling. Let's see. Okay. Wow. He's got a lot of clips. Keep going. Just keep on going. There he is. Look at him. Keep going.
Never.
Keep going. Look at this handsome devil. All right. Keep going. Let's get to the bottom.
Why would he have that?
And we have, let's see, scroll all the way down. He's been posting a lot on Instagram, this guy. Holy shit. Peyo, calm down on the Instagram, buddy.
Any other games?
Look at, dude, this guy's just posting so much on fucking. Where's the Thunder Fury picture? Keep going, all the way to the bottom.
So wait, hang on. I just gotta ask. So are you saying that the best way for me to get women out of corn is to ask them to hang on?
I'm gonna try to get women out of corn. Why do I have to do it?
Let me finish.
But no, I'm not gonna finish. Why?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do it, comrade. I'm not gonna do it, comrade. Let me finish. Are you gonna throw something at me?
Why do I have to take
You
women
know, in
away
this country you
from
go
the
to
porn?
jail for throwing stuff at the people, right? That's what happens here. We're not in Soviet Russia, comrade. Now, let me ask you.
joking, don't worry. I'm not
I
gonna-
know.
I'm not
Let me
gonna
ask
hurt
you.
you.
Let me
I
ask
don't
you,
do gentlemen.
comrade. Let me just ask the question. Are you saying that the best way for me to get women out of corn
I'm
is
not
to ask them?
planning. I never say it, bro.
You won't even let me ask the question, bruh.
Because the question
Of
doesn't
course,
base
because
on
I cannot
anything.
allow you to ask question. Let me ask the question.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm so sorry, Your Majesty. Now, the question is, are you saying the best way to get women out of corn is just to ask them to have controversial political takes? Would that get them out?
Maybe.
Like, would that actually get them out of
Maybe.
corn?
It's actually gonna help.
Well, is that what got you canceled?
I think it's gonna help.
Is that what got you canceled?
I didn't got canceled.
Okay, but they don't want to sign you or shoot you because you have these political
They
takes.
was kind of trying to cancel me.
Okay.
Then I shut my mouth in April.
Uh-huh.
And since April until the August, I've been keeping my mouth shut to get a contract with brothers.
Because you want to get
Because I want to
more
get
porn,
contract,
right?
Because I want to get contract with brothers.
Yeah.
That was my plan.
Yeah. So you want to do more porn.
That was my plan to become best performer of the year when I arrived to America.
And this was after the attempt.
Sorry?
This was after you were going to commit the offing of yourself, right?
Before, after what I lost.
Was this?
Can you zip your hoodie up a little bit?
Oh, sure.
Was this after you were going to unalive yourself?
Yeah.
After, no, before.
This is before.
Brothers. I want to get to brothers. All my life I want to get to brothers.
If they came knocking tomorrow, would you sign
No,
a check?
they knocked to my door in the end of July. And they say, well, okay, we're going to take you, but we need a working permit. And I'm like, okay. I went to UC's website, I checked, and it's saying, in 4 months, you're going to get your working permit. And I'm like, okay, which means I'm going to have to be super down the table for 4 months. Don't speak, don't post, nothing, no comments. And probably the idea about it started killing me inside. Because I've been always a rebel. I'm Russian. I like to speak openly. I like to call bitches a bitches, you know. And probably all that is kind of...
She doesn't like to be
So
called
you would have taken the corn contract, but they weren't going to let you say you don't like black guys. Just can't. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Say it again.
Wild. I gotta have a smoke. Sorry.
Would you only do it because it's browsers, or
right,
like,
yeah, it's pretty funny.
is it different from the OnlyFans? Like, would you still do the same content, like OnlyFans for browsers, or do they make you work with other entertainers?
Are you interested about what contract with brothers?
Yeah, because you were saying
As soon
that
as
you
you
didn't want to do the
as soon as you
porn
get
anymore,
contracted
right?
with brothers, you don't allow to shoot for other productions, but you can do OnlyFans.
But I mean, do you do it by yourself, or would you? Was that the problem? Why you quit corn was because of like the physical demand with other people, like with?
Okay, girl, I tell you the truth. I could not fuck with these dudes anymore.
Right.
That's it. I'm tired of fucking with dumb dudes because there's no even one smart man in porn. All of them are idiots and idiots and idiots.
So then, how come
I
you
don't
want
want
to do
fuck
browsers?
with
Like,
them
would you do it
anymore.
just by
Do you have a
yourself?
final
Like, what's the
question?
difference?
Do you have a final question on this?
That was it.
Okay,
I don't know.
answer
what
a
the
question. I'm
difference
going to move it on.
Say it again.
is. The difference between the OnlyFans and the browsers contracts.
The difference between OnlyFans and the brothers, it's a company. You sign a contract with a company.
Okay.
OnlyFans, it's a platform where you're selling your content. Big difference.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. We have going to Lily. You went to Mexico right after getting cheated on, and you hooked up with your best friend's family friend on the beach in the rain at 6 a.m., 3 hours before your flight home. LOL.
Yeah, lol. Indeed. Yeah, that's kind of it. That happened.
Huh, okay.
Yeah, I feel like there's not much interesting stuff to follow that up with. I feel like, yeah.
But like, how long were you on the Mexico trip for?
It was like a week.
And you were with this guy that you hooked up with?
Yeah, it was like my roommate and her family, and then, well, my roommate slash best friend, best friend, but yeah, her family and then her family's friends.
And were you guys like crushing it on each other the entire trip, or was this like
Yeah.
totally spontaneous?
No, yeah, we were.
Wait, was this the first time
This-
y'all
yeah,
hooked
we,
up?
like, met
Why did y'all
on the
wait
trip.
until like 3 hours before
I don't know,
the
doesn't
flight?
that just like happen? I don't know, right? Like, it's kind of like it builds up, and then it's like, oh my god, finally.
I suppose we have some tweets too. If we can, let's get through some of the reacts if we can. I'm not sure exactly where it starts, to be honest. Maybe you could just show me the whatever we have first lined up.
Wait, the what?
Just let's go in order. So I think we
Oh,
have
the tweets?
TikToks.
Oh, and okay, great.
Do you have a Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't look at that. Is it linked anywhere for you?
I don't think so. It's just my name.
Okay. Do we have the reacts? Can you refresh the page? See if that works. Is it the same as your Instagram, pretty much?
Yeah, basically, I think so. Oh, yeah, well, maybe. It might also be Casper's Mamacita, because that's my cat's name.
Okay, let me see if I can find it. So what you could try, I'm wondering, That's peculiar. Not on TikTok, huh?
We don't even have to react, like, that's totally chill.
What is the reaction to?
I don't know, I think just TikToks I made, like, afterwards. It's just, like, stupid, they're not even juicy, it's just, like, dumb, petty, like,
Will that
songs
not,
where you're like...
that should achieve the same thing, right? Yeah, that's fine.
Mean to make fun of my laugh.
Great.
I didn't make fun that you didn't know what a cesarean was.
You what?
Nothing.
You thought that it was funny that I didn't know.
No,
what
no,
it
I
was.
didn't make fun of you for that.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Funny
Let's
people
go
who've never
ahead.
heard
Let's
it
go
before.
ahead.
At one point, and then you put me out. Could I have prepared more? Yes. Do I know what a C-section is? Duh.
Oh, this isn't really interesting.
Duh.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's-
it's literally what I said before.
Here, can you bring us to the next one? The next TikTok?
Oh yeah, I already brought this up too.
Did we already talk about this?
Yep.
By the way, don't play. The next ones don't play until. Just let me give you the indicator. Next. You don't.
This is dumb.
You're not going to play this. Forget a hot girl summer. I've completed my Serena van der Woodsen summer. Traveled 10 countries, champagne every day. My Blair Waldorf bestie with me at all times. Clubs till dawn, brunch, or after the clubs. Is this the trip where there was a?
Yeah.
And like you went to 10 different countries? Is this like a family type trip?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, no.
Was
so,
he? Oh, go ahead.
Well, I went to Europe earlier that summer and then Mexico with my friends. So like both were.
Is this a different trip?
That was like referencing all of them, but that was on the Mexico trip. Well, that was both actually. Like those are clips of both. What are you confused about?
Wait, so you went to 10 different countries. On your Europe trip or your Mexico trip
Combined.
was.
Combined. Like I'm referencing the whole summer.
But in the whole like hooked up with the family friend or whatever, that was in Mexico, on the beach. And you went to 10 countries though?
Yes.
Was the family friends with you on that
No.
other trip? Okay. And then on your trip, did you hook up with anybody while you were on your trip?
On
like
Europe?
The Europe 10 countries trip or whatever?
No, because that's when I was talking to the guy who cheated on me. I actually met up with
Okay.
him in Florence because he lives in Italy.
Oh, it was
He
long
goes to my
distance?
school, but he goes to my school, but he was home for the summer in Italy.
Okay, but so you didn't. Well, you met up with him then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then let's see what are the other? Are there any other TikToks? What's that? Okay, well let's take a look at that.
Oh no!
Yes.
Why
we have
are
to
you
show
doing this to me right
Okay,
now?
go ahead.
Oh, this is
not-
ridiculous.
This is not dating related at all. No audio on
Oh,
this,
this is
please.
People are on.
Here, just start it
My
from the
arms are
beginning.
Crossed. Guys, come on.
Okay, go ahead, play it.
Okay, you can't play without the music.
What?
What? Oh
What
my
are you
God,
doing,
she's
bro?
so weird.
Are you okay?
How cringe.
It's okay. Strange,
Girls are
now.
girls.
That's
What?
all right.
I love it.
Oh no, it's not. It's not related at all. And then what else do we have?
Oh.
Can you double check before
Beats
pulling them
from
up?
me?
Make sure they're all
What did you do?
they're all totally legit. Like
But I
they're
feel like
not
it makes something of it.
because it's her Twitter, but like her Twitter's
What did you do?
Don't even ask.
just pre-check.
Praying for you. I don't think I have a bad digital footprint, like at all. Well, my music leads, but
I don't know.
those aren't bad. Those aren't
Wait,
bad. They're
it's
just
just
cringe.
whatever.
But I've had those played at parties. I
Is
can
it good?
fix anything after that.
Huh?
Oh dang it! Oh, what?
It's not her tweets. It's her tweets.
Oh, I knew it.
Wait, hold on. Okay, I'll come back there later. Can you remind me when I'm back there to take a look? I'm pretty sure it was fine. Maybe you guys scrolled off of what it was supposed to be, but okay. And then what else for reacts? We'll do that a bit later. Is there anything else?
Actually, it's very fair.
There is one that's makeup related. Why don't we do that really quick? So before you pull that up, so my position on this, and I'm open to hearing any people who disagree. I think makeup is lying. I think it's deceitful. I think it's misrepresenting your actual physical appearance.
I'm agree.
You agree? Okay.
Is that bad?
Is it bad to deceive and lie? You sure?
Well,
I think so. What do you think?
I think there's different types of like makeup. Like, are you talking about like a natural look, like a full, or just anything? Like, you just think everyone
Well,
should just
I don't
never
like
do
this
makeup
whole
ever?
like natural makeup, because if it didn't actually change how you looked, you wouldn't put it on.
I'm agree.
Like, would any woman put on a face of makeup and her face looks exactly the same blemishes, same marks that you're trying to cover up, whatever? I don't think a woman would put on makeup if it made no perceivable difference. Isn't that the whole purpose of makeup, to change or alter something about?
I think sometimes you can emphasize features. Well, I mean, also if you hide, like I have a scar on my chin, sometimes I'll put concealer on that. Like,
Sure.
is that? I mean, yeah, is it deceiving? Maybe like a little, but is that? Am I hiding something that
Yeah, but
a guy
you
would look at and be
only-
like, oh my god?
Granting that it wouldn't be, the scope of the deception would be fairly minimal. Do you singularly put makeup on your scar, or is there a tendency to put it on the rest of your face too?
I put it under my eyes, my eye bags. Like,
Okay.
But I also think I'm pretty without makeup.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. What do you think?
So my position, makeup is deceptive. Does anybody disagree? You guys?
Sometimes it's performative.
Well, so dating podcasts, I
So
guess
is
this is
acting,
like more so in
or-
the context of dating. Are you deceiving men when it comes to your physical appearance by wearing makeup? That's kind of the question I'm looking to have answered.
And yes, acting would be deception.
Sure.
Can you ask it again, please?
But like I think that's where I'm leading, is like I don't think
So
it's
is
like,
wearing
makeup
makeup
it can be
deceptive?
Not my position.
What is
Oh, I see,
deceptive?
I see.
Hold on, one conversation at a time, please.
What does mean deceptive? Okay, when I'm wearing makeup, okay, I think I'm ugly. when I'm looking in the mirror without makeup. So all my life, I was trying to change it to being beautiful, which means I find out that I've been lying to the society, lying to the dudes, to catch the best dudes, you know. And what is the most scary about it, that I was lying to myself. Because every night when I was taking makeup out of my face, I could not look at in the mirror. I was like, I don't want to see her in the mirror. I don't like her. She's ugly. She's not beautiful. Let me put the makeup back. You know? And that's when I shaved my head. It was 2 months ago.
I agree with you on
Rage
this.
against the machine.
And I have very long blonde hair. So I find out that I was trying to hide myself. So it's makeup, you're not just lying to society, you're lying to yourself. Yeah, and it's hard for us girls to know how, because you know all these fillers on the Instagram, and you kind of get used of these fillers, and you don't really believe how you look in real life. I'm telling you from perspective of the woman who is also wearing a lot of makeup in the past and all these filters. You know, it's confusing you. And then when you take it all out of your face and you look at in the mirror without Insta filters, nothing, you're like, I don't want to see that bitch in the mirror. Let me put all that shit back, you know. So that's what I find out.
Kind of sounds like a couple of months ago you just had like a total mental breakdown.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
What's your answer?
I wear makeup because it's fun. I think if you see me with eyeliner, you're not going to think, oh, she's natural with eyeliner.
So let me just, I actually don't even care really what your motivations are.
Yeah.
But like knowing that you're not just putting makeup on, and there are going to be people who are interacting with you who are going to see you wearing makeup.
Yeah.
So whatever your motivations are kind of irrelevant if it has the potential to end up deceiving a man into finding you more attractive than you otherwise
are.
Are
Without seeing her face without makeup?
Sorry, what's that?
Are you going to date a girl without seeing her face without makeup? Like, are you going to barely know a girl and then date her? Because if you
Some
know her
women
for a while,
will not let you see them without makeup.
Guys, can I go to the and wash my makeup? And then I will be back in 5 minutes, and you keep speaking about it. I just want to show you my face without makeup.
Okay, sure. All right, so go ahead.
The mental breakdown continues.
Well, most women hide it. How do they hide it when they sleep, when they go to bed, when they swim?
How about like you just want some makeup wipes?
She's doing it in the. Can you go in the bathroom, please?
Hand soap?
Can you go in the bathroom,
Yeah,
please?
she did.
Can somebody tell her? She can't hear me.
Go to the bathroom.
Can somebody back there?
Yes.
Yeah, do it in the bathroom, please. Great. Now she's
They do
fucking
have those
leaking
in
water.
Russia too.
Oh my god.
She's going to look like little boy.
All right.
No,
So back to the conversation. So, what were you saying?
when you sleep, makeup.
Okay, and
So are you going to see a woman sleeping with makeup when you sleep with her?
right, but I mean, so when is the first impression occurring?
First date.
Within 5 seconds of meeting?
Yes.
Are you going to be removing the makeup within 5 seconds of meeting?
No.
So I'm not
but
able.
you can still see a person's facial features. You're not going to transform your whole face.
You can make significant transformations with makeup. Even minimal amounts of makeup can change a person's appearance to the point of perhaps catching the eye of a man that you would not otherwise catch had you not been wearing makeup. And so I think it's a deception.
Okay.
Now, it's not like, well, I am kind of hardcore against makeup to some degree, but I guess women have a lot of issues with men lying. But it's just interesting that women, you guys are lying about what we're attracted to. That what makes us attracted to you, you guys
We're
have
openly
no.
wearing makeup. How are we lying then?
But didn't you say there's like natural makeup that's a little harder to like decipher if a woman's wearing it?
Yeah, there is natural makeup like mascara. But
And also, even if I can tell a woman is wearing makeup, even if I know she's wearing makeup, it's not always possible to make a determination as to what she will look like when she's not wearing makeup. So yeah, I can tell you're wearing makeup, but she could still be attractive without the makeup, but she could also not be attractive without it. And there's not really a surefire way to tell.
I feel like if you look at a person's features, you're going to be able to tell.
Makeup's pretty transformative. In any case, the question is it deceptive?
If you're putting on something over your face, a mask almost. You could say so.
Sure. What do you think?
Yes, take her to the pool on the first date.
Beautiful. Okay, what do you think?
I think it can be deceptive, but I think my follow-up question is, I don't necessarily mean I don't think that that's bad, because...
You don't think it's bad?
Well, because I think you can get to know somebody who's wearing a ton of makeup, they take off their makeup after you get to know them, and you're like, okay, their personality is awesome, I think they're a great human being, like, this is okay, I can deal with the cons.
Well, so let me ask you this. A man lies about his height on a dating app, lies about it, shows up much shorter than what the woman anticipated, but he's got a great personality to make up for it despite his lie. That's totally fine.
I think it depends on the person. If you're willing to overlook that, then sure. I mean, I personally, if someone was shorter than me and they lied about it, then I'd probably say, you know,
What if
I
they've
don't
got a
like
great personality?
I personally don't, but some people, yeah, maybe.
No, but
I see
they have
personality.
such a great personality.
Yeah, some people might take that.
Okay.
Would you
All
take
right.
it?
No.
No.
What about you? What do you think?
I just think it depends. Because, like, you know, like, for example, like, you could put concealer to enhance, but then there's those girls that put, like, tape on their face. Like,
Sure.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they look like a whole completely different person. I'm like, damn.
What do you think?
Yeah, basically it's like to an extent, but I do think it's deceptive.
I agree. I think it's deceptive, and I think it does alter your face, especially like even like eyelashes. Like my boyfriend says I look. Oh, my bad, my hands. But he says I look a lot better without all of the extra. He likes very minimal, low makeup, and I found that I notice a lot of guys actually do. They like less, which is okay. And I think once in a while it's nice to, you know, you're gonna do something like this or go out to a show or work. But in general, like. Some people are like, I have to put on makeup to go to the grocery store, or you can't see me without makeup. Like, I need to get ready first before you come in the room. I think that's when it is very deceptive.
Do you know, girls, what I think? That I never can find the real guy, probably, because I never present him who I am, really, you know, because I've always been trying to catch a dude with my look. And I think it's been completely wrong.
Well, you did remove your makeup. Cool.
Yeah,
Didn't
but-
ask for that, but appreciate it, I guess.
No, actually, I've been planning to arrive here without makeup.
Wait, do you have a red tattoo on your...
Oh my god, I have this.
You took it off.
No, it was, I had
What is wrong
fake
with this girl?
eyebrows also.
Yeah.
And a couple of days ago, I went to the tattoo studio to make a laser to remove them. Because I decided also to remove all my face tattoo and also fake eyebrows. Because it was giving me also the fake look. It was not my real eyebrows. They were just like so different. And then I was like, let's remove them as well, and they become orange. Why they become orange? Why the fuck I have orange eyebrows?
What's going on?
Wait, can I ask you questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, there's two separate questions. What are your thoughts then on like hair dye and or plastic surgery, like cosmetics?
Well, I'm against plastic surgery. I'm a natural body supremacist. So I'd prefer a woman with small boobs over the perfect giant fake titties, prefer a little belly fat than lipo, prefer no upper lip, small upper lip versus lip filler. What's the other one? Oh, prefer like no ass over perfect BBL. Yeah, so.
What about hair dye?
Hair dye?
Yeah, like dyeing hair.
I don't find it as objectionable as like makeup or plastic surgery.
Why? Well, I guess comparing with plastic surgery, I guess that's more extreme. But like hair, and then compare that to
I mean, I typically tend to prefer people's natural hair color, but I don't find it alters the appearance substantially.
But is
the
that
hair
not
color.
deception?
Well, the thing, at least I think for most men, like if a woman has a certain physical or a certain facial appearance that you find appealing, whether she's blonde, brunette, or redhead, it's not clear to me if like that will shift the gears
I mean, that
towards
alters
like
a personality or an appearance completely.
So you think that
like a hair color can alter an appearance?
It kind of makes them look different though, not much better. Generally, girls do it just to sort of mix it up a little bit. If you're a natural blonde and you go brunette, it's just a bit of
some
a change
people
up,
really
bit
can't pull it
exciting.
off.
You know?
Some people really can't pull off a certain color and they do it anyways.
I'd say
though.
so,
And
yeah.
that's
Of
not
course,
deception.
of course.
But makeup is like directly making you look a lot better. Contours your face.
Sometimes it can make you look worse.
Yeah, I think
Can do, for sure, I'd agree.
Like brunettes, I mean, maybe this is I'm biased because I prefer women with darker hair, but if brunettes who go blonde, I think they look worse.
Yeah.
So I suppose they're deceiving me into thinking they're less attractive than they actually are. Yeah.
I'm just curious.
So I don't know. But was that the other question?
Yeah.
So
those
the hair
two,
dye, and then what was the other one?
It was just the cosmetic surgery.
Oh yeah, plastic surgery. Hard no. Fake titties, nope. Sorry, Russia. BBL, hard no. Sorry, Russia. Do you have a BBL?
No, it's a Mexican silicone.
In the booty?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
You need to
lipo?
be you need to be fat.
Lipo or no lipo?
You need to be fat to have a BBL.
You've
And
always been trim.
I've been
Okay.
always skinny one.
Yeah. Yeah, BBL's terrible. I don't get the BBL. The fake lips, no offense, Russia.
Mexican
Not,
silicone.
anybody else here, any lip filler? No? Lip
I
filler?
remove all my lip
You
fillers.
have some lip
check
filler.
It out.
I'm not a fan
It
of
was
lip
like
filler.
that, yes, like sausages.
I will congratulate you though.
I
You-
remove it. I'm so happy.
Wait into the mic if you can.
I remove my lip
by the way-
fillers.
Wait, hold on.
All of it. And even did
I
the
think you
surgery.
wiped some of the makeup off on the microphone too. It looks like there's a little residue there. At least congratulations to you for not getting the labiaplasty. Congrats.
No, they're telling me, cut your lips. I'm like, fuck off. These lips are beautiful.
Wait, you could do that?
Hashtag big lady.
Why would anybody
That's
want
when
to
you
do
asked
that? If it was really
Too big, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh, the big lips is beautiful. Keep your big lips,
weird.
girls. Keep it.
It's sad. It's sad when a woman gets it. Okay, we have oh wait, no, we have to do the video. Excuse me. We'll play the video really quick. No audio on it. Mute the audio. All right, we'll just play it. You can just play it. Why not? We'll see the whole transformation. All right, here we go. All right, here's the transformation. All right, you got, what is she, maybe in her 30s or something? 30s? All right. Wow, she's very. Does she have a? No. Okay. It's beginning. Transformation's beginning. Okay. All right. Wow, that's a lot of. It's starting.
It's like a work of art.
It's starting.
Yeah, that's my.
No, it's really
Wow,
work.
look at all that asbestos. What the hell? What is that?
Oh. I need that setting photo for you.
All right, here we go. What the? Okay. Oh. Wow.
Mother of.
That's quite. Oh my goodness.
She used like tape under her eyelids.
Can we do like a before
Hold
and after?
on. Yeah. So
it's a
go
costume
put
at
it to
that
like
point.
2
It's for
seconds,
fun.
and then go to the end again. Go to the beginning, and then go to like right under the audio thing. Wait a little further back, and then wait. Here, no. Go back a little bit. One more, just a little more. I was just squinting. Just
that shit.
Okay, let's go, and then go to 2 seconds, like 2 seconds.
Oh,
That's a pretty decent transformation.
Yeah.
And that's not even the finished look.
Insane
Now go to the finished look.
transformation.
Skip to the finished look. Bruh.
Different human
It looks
being.
like you could actually put tape on her chin though. Look at her chin.
I had the same
She
video
was
in my
pretty
Instagram
before.
account.
I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy. Y'all doing some crazy shit.
She has nice-
You could actually put tape on her chin though. Look at her chin.
I had the same
She
video
was
in my
pretty
Instagram
before.
account.
She has
I
nice
don't know, man. That's kind of crazy. Y'all doing some crazy shit.
I also think it depends on what it's used for. Like if you're going to date, yes, deceptive.
Yeah.
But if it's for like a show or like a performance or like just for fun to like show what you can do with makeup as like an experiment, it's just fun. It's like a costume.
Jake, you ever been on a dating app?
I have.
Now, your assessment, at least my experience on the dating apps, what's the rule when it comes to women wearing makeup on the app? My experience, at least, certainly, definitely the first photo, 99% of the women, first photo, full face makeup or makeup.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Oftentimes as well, like when you meet up with them, they do look pretty different. It's pretty common.
and then sometimes they'll even employ filters.
Yes.
But I've encountered full-on dating profiles. There's not one photo of them with minimal or no makeup. You're not allowing us to make an assessment of what you actually look like.
I mean, yeah, isn't that catfishing? Right? Yeah.
It's very common.
There's just like
I mean, yeah, that's
There's
deceptive. I'm
different
not saying it's
types.
not. I'm just saying if it were used for like.
I'm telling you.
Wait,
they
question for the ladies. If you could, like, let's say we just removed makeup entirely. So your competition couldn't wear makeup either, other women. It would just level the playing field. For it or against?
for it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing.
Makeup's expensive.
Yes.
Isn't that why y'all
And it's
wear
waste of the time, bro. We are telling you.
just like
It's minimum
reconcile.
1 hour every day, and it's annoying each of us. I know. But that goddamn society tell us that the woman should wear makeup, and they give all this advertising, and we just kind of hypnotize them.
Austin, why did you press that? Right?
Why do you want me to shut up?
No, that wasn't me. That was Austin.
Yeah, I
It was
saw your
Austin.
finger. It's sitting in
I'm
front
just-
of
it's
me.
a joke.
But I'm telling you, we're also suffering about it. I'm telling you from perspective of the
So
woman.
then just don't use
Sometimes
it.
it's
Yeah,
fun.
can someone just like there's normal makeup with like
There's some jobs, like my cocktailing job, you have to do full glam makeup. You can
we
they'll send you
have
home.
to.
Yeah, but
That's a
it's not-
performance.
otherwise I
But that's a
wouldn't.
performance. I feel like that's when it's
I mean,
like,
it's, it's a regular job though.
Okay,
But I
here's
feel
the
like
example.
that
When
way
I
you're
arrived to
portraying
America,
yourself as a
girls-
different
Hold
type
on,
of
hold on.
woman.
Let her talk. Let her talk.
No, you're just a cocktail server. You don't have to be. I mean, unless if you do like bottle service, then yes, the image is Instagram model. You're putting on a face then. But like as a regular cocktail waitress, I don't see why it's necessarily important. I have to do full glam makeup and full hair. Otherwise, I can't go to work. I don't.
You're
think-
saying that's the thing that you have to do full glam for
Yes, in Las
yourself?
Vegas,
And see,
you
I
have
think
to.
for me
It's a part
that's
of
what
your
reasons
contract.
performance because that's where it's
Right.
like you're why for what reason are you having to do that because they want people to be like oh wow look at this like
'Cause it's a
glam
part of the
glamorous
job.
woman.
Right,
It's
but
like,
like, why is it a part
Hooters
of
or
it?
Ojos Locos or Twin
Right,
Peaks?
but like, why does it
something.
have to be a part of the job? You
Because
know
that's
I'm
what people
saying?
desire and what they go there for. So you're
But
performing
why-
for the
but
people
I'm
that
saying,
go
like,
there.
why-
Desire, yeah,
like,
exactly.
who put that on for society? Why do we have to as women? Why
Advertising.
isn't the
But you,
natural beauty
you
embraced as
chose
well?
to do it because you chose to work there. So you're choosing to perform and
I
wear the
understand-
makeup
right,
to perform.
I understand that because that's you sign in your contract, you're agreeing. I'm just saying in general, as a standard, why does that exist in the first
It's just
place?
because beauty is commodified.
Yeah.
Makeup is also a power,
your,
right?
Your commodity is,
No, and
is
it's-
your beauty when you're,
and
when you're
obviously we're
working in the
makeup
service
right now, and
industry.
You get paid
They want
to
to
be
get tips.
beautiful.
Cute girls get more tips, and they want you to wear makeup and look glamorous, so you get more
Right,
tips.
no, I understand being the glamorous, but there's also a lot of people like you look exactly the same without makeup. In my opinion, it's
No, you
beautiful.
did not show me with the full makeup. I can do it that girl. Like,
But I think, like, honestly, like, some people don't look the same when they take their
nobody
makeup
look
off.
the same. No.
I
Even the
think so.
foundation changed everything.
It does.
Come
It-
on, girl.
It hides the blemishes.
Don't lie,
yeah.
okay?
No, I'm just saying that I really
Just
do
one
think that it
foundation,
would
you
be-
completely different person.
Right. I'm just saying in general, I think it would be nice if we didn't have to have that pressure to wear makeup. You know, that's. I mean, my counseling job, I don't have to. They're very fine with it. Whatever. I sit in a cubicle, and then going into that atmosphere, it does change, and then that's why I do think that it is deceptive as well at that point. You know, it would be nice if you could just represent or enhance that natural beauty that we all have. I just never understood the pressure for it. I mean, I don't have a problem with makeup. I just, you know.
All right, Anon, Brian, you do need to start calling out hair dye with the same energy as you do makeup and plastic surgery. It's as bad, if not worse, than makeup. Total deception, especially after a certain age.
That's lucky true.
I love
Like,
it.
gray hair. Yeah.
I don't think
with
that's
older
true.
women, it would be, I guess.
What?
Kind of.
I don't think like changing the color of your hair is nearly on par with plastic surgery. I don't even think it's even approaching the makeup argument.
But it could hide age, like aging.
No, it can't.
Sometimes. If they have like stuff done to their face.
If they have gray hair.
Yeah.
So how old are they?
I don't know. That's the thing. You wouldn't know.
So just to be clear, a 70-year-old woman who has gray hair dyes her hair, and now she looks 20. Is
No,
that the argument?
no. Like obviously, she like let's say like she has gray hair here and there. So let's say she
Cool.
looks young, but she has gray hair. Okay, go. What were you gonna say?
What would be right?
Even
that
some
would
men don't like
actually
gray
be kind
hair.
of cool.
Some men don't like gray hair.
Silver
They want
fox
young youth. They
or
want
whatever.
youth. Men like youth.
Sure.
When you dye your hair gray, or not gray, when you dye your hair brown from gray, you look more youthful.
I suppose, but like, I don't even like. She would look how she would look if she had dark hair.
If she's got grey hair and
Like,
she dyes it darker and gets her hair done and everything and makes it look silky and brown, then she'll look hotter for sure. She'll look
a couple like a year or two younger. She's not gonna. No one's gonna be like, oh, like you're 52. Like they're gonna hit her with like 41, 42.
And
if she has a good
doesn't it
face.
start going grey at the roots, or is it just
When
straight?
they dye the roots, so they look more youthful, younger.
But girls, are you agree that we always have this problem that we can't choose which color we want? Do you have the similar problem?
I don't dye my hair.
Good, because I think you find out that the best color for you is the one God made you with.
Yeah,
right?
so I mean, I don't have as big of a quarrel with hair dye as I do with makeup and plastic surgery, but I suppose it's on the spectrum of changing your physical appearance. I mean, I'll just leave it at I prefer the natural hair color, I guess. I mean,
So you
don't
like dark
really,
hair?
yeah, don't really care. But I also like if she has like a little, she has dark hair, but she does some, I don't know what girls fucking do with their hair.
Highlights?
I don't know, she lightens in a bit. I don't really care. Like,
Balayage?
I don't think that's gonna like be on the same level of like she's had plastic surgery or she like cakes on the makeup. I don't put it in the same playing field. So
Maybe I look at hair a little bit too much, but I definitely do look at hair as like as a feature of a chick when I'm assessing her physical beauty. If she has nice hair, silky hair, rather than like dry, thin hair.
Oh, I'm not even.
That's definitely.
I mean, like the quality of the hair or the hairstyle. That's another thing. But I'm just saying, like, specifically the color of the hair, which seems to be the conversation. He's talking about hair dye.
What about like hair transplants?
I was gonna say that about like, if a man gets like a hairline, you know how you can do like the injection thing.
This
where
is
it starts to grow?
amazing. I want to do that.
I would say that that's deceptive. I still don't think it's as deceptive though as makeup.
A lot of it's enhancing their look.
No, it's still deceptive, but it's not as deceptive.
It can completely change an appearance though.
It's changing
You haven't seen those
everything.
Instagram videos where they're like, really like they're
Their
changing
hairline's,
look?
like,
like the
half
homeless
a
guys.
Or if they're completely bald.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
can change your appearance.
It's deceptive.
You can look completely different under a
A
beard.
beard's natural.
Yeah, I'm with that.
A beard's natural, so.
And also surgeries like hairline replacements can sort of bring you back to your natural state rather than taking you away from it with like fake boobs or nose jobs or whatever it is.
All right, well, we have Techno Trooper. Ladies, would you consider plastic surgery once makeup doesn't work?
No.
No.
Any people planning to have plastic surgery here?
I've gotten not plastic surgery, but like
Motherfucker,
the
I
filler
fucked that
once
up.
was like one syringe for like fun. It was just kind of like a little side thing, like Quest.
I love plastic surgery.
But I wouldn't do like
Oh,
real
boy.
plastic surgery.
We have Non. As a natural body supremacist, you should also be a natural hair supremacist. The vast majority of blondes or redheads are not, and it completely changes their
True.
appearance, especially if it hides the gray. Yeah, I mean, again, I do prefer natural hair, but I find it less objectionable than makeup or plastic surgery. And there's degrees of plastic surgery too. Like if she has, it's I suppose the degree and invasiveness of the procedure. Like if she has a little bit of lip filler, not quite as bad as like a BBL. If she's had a rhinoplasty, not quite as bad. And actually, I do concede that I think all the plastic surgeries typically tend to make women look less attractive. Rhinoplasty actually does have a tendency to improve the aesthetics, I think, of women, but, well, at least if it's done correctly, sometimes it gets botched. But generally speaking, it has pretty significant impact on aesthetics. Yeah, anyways. Thank you, Anon. Appreciate the message. We have a message here from Stifler. Ask everyone to rate their looks, total face, body, on a scale of 1 to 10. You can't pick 7, starting with you. Go ahead.
With me, total look. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew we're gonna speak about it. So then, if I have to put a number on my look, I need to know what is 0 and what is 10. So
Zero is the ugliest woman to have ever existed, and 10 is the most beautiful woman.
Yeah, but what is ugly? What is ugly and what is beautiful?
Yeah, let's pull it up. So, Austin, I don't know if we still have this. Oh, I don't think. The true rate me? I'll try to find it if.
Okay, we know what is ugly, right? We know what is ugly. We know what is 0. 0 is dirty.
It's not the one that's
No
already pulled up. That's the
makeup.
guide. I need the. I think it's the men's. Can you go to the? Do you have the Reddit pulled up? Women's guide. Can you find the women's guide? Not the primer, the guide. All right, here, let me just, sorry, what?
What is rating at?
Yes. You have it? Okay. We'll pull it up if you guys want. Wait, actually, you know what? Hold on, no. We'll pull it up after you guys rate yourselves.
Well, we don't know.
I've been thinking about it when I've been
However
driving
you
from
feel.
downtown.
However you feel. Wait,
we
let's
need
have
to know
them
what
answer
is
this.
10.
Huh?
Tell us 10. What is 10?
What do you think 10 is?
How do you feel? I have no idea. I can't rate women.
Okay, we'll come back to you then.
No. You give us. What is 10 for you?
Okay,
like?
I assume you know what ugly means.
Yeah,
And I
go.
assume you know what beautiful means.
Sorry?
Do you know what the word beautiful means?
Yes.
Okay, so since you know what both those words mean, you have some standard for what both of them are. So 10 being the most, hang on. So 10 being the most beautiful and 0 being the most ugly. Where do you place yourself between those two extremes?
Beautiful face and acting and so on only face.
That's great. I just want to know the number. Where do you place yourself?
What
by
about
those
to
two
place
measures?
me myself? Give me the answer, Gyop.
Physical beauty.
How do I?
Just the physical beauty.
Yeah.
Oh, just the physical beauty. 5.
Okay.
You have no reference? You have no reference?
Your reference.
Body 2?
Everything. No, just your physical appearance.
Well, you can do total. We'll do total face body.
Total fit. Oh, can you come back to me? Yes.
I think we can't because I think that collectively, if you hear X other women say X other number, that you'll try to mimic that rather than give us the actual answer.
I'd say 6 maybe.
Okay.
Wait, so do total face body.
And what does it mean total face body?
Total, like, as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you rate your body?
Because my body
What do you
is
rate
10,
your
okay?
face?
My
And
body
then what
is
do you
10.
what do you rate the total?
Total, I'll say 6. Base 6. Body 5.
Would give me a 6.5 total. Face 6. Sorry.
It's a
Face
combination of
6.
both. It's like both together. So what do you consider the overall? Overall.
I mean, overall, I feel like a 6.5.
Okay.
When I look at myself in the mirror alone, I would say a 10. But then when I start to compare myself to others, I would say 7 or 8. So I'm going to equalize that to a solid 8.4.
Okay.
5 total. 6 total.
Let's do face body though. Break it down.
Face like 5, and then body like 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same. Face like a 5, body like a 6.
I would say face. I would pick 7, but I can't. Probably 6. I wish I had straight
You're
teeth.
very beautiful, girl.
Thank you. Body. I don't know. See, I
Everyone
really
needs to be
want
rating
7.
themselves higher.
I don't know. I'm like maybe
Sorry, what's
body
that?
8.
I said everyone needs to be rating themselves higher. Like, these are such low
We'll
numbers.
just let them rate themselves.
It's actually
It's
good
like
to
it's
know.
hard to pick because everyone has different tastes, and like you might think one body's a certain way, you know.
Jake, what do you rate yourself?
I'll go. Seems high-minded, but 6. That's what I always say. 6 total 6.
Like 4-2.
No, you're better than that.
It's like a score.
5 face, 4 body. So 4.5, I guess, total. You think people should rate themselves higher?
Yeah, because I think it's like, yes, beauty is subjective, but there's also, yes, a universal beauty. But I think when you look at yourself, you shouldn't be rating based on how you compare yourself to other people, but how you view yourself. And
But we live in society.
Those two concepts don't match.
What
so if
two
you
concepts?
say beauty is subjective, I agree. But then you say, but there's universal
Yeah.
standards. Well, that's not subjective. It's a universal standard.
I think it's not as black and white. I think there's universal standards, especially in comparison to different countries.
Well,
Like,
what would those universal standards be?
I think in America it would be.
Well, that's not universal then.
Okay, and I take back the word universal.
Okay.
I think in each country or region.
There's a different standard?
Yeah, there's a different standard.
Do you really? You think so? You don't think that there's
Yeah.
like a thing which
Have you
is
never seen
appealed?
those videos where they kind of like put together, they've had surveys and they kind of like create like an AI version of what like the most beautiful woman in that country looks like?
Yeah, but it seems to me that the like symmetrical features across the board are exactly, people are always after essentially the same
That
thing.
would be, I think, a universal quality of beauty.
Yeah, so that would be everybody
Yes.
though. Yeah, so that's not subjective then.
But I think beauty can also be subjective.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk past each other, right? So we try to not do that. I think that aspects of it can be subjective. Preferences,
Okay.
taste, things like that.
Okay,
But
yeah,
I do think
I
that
agree
there's
with that.
universals. And I think
I agree with
that
that.
since, like, you would believe in evolution, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, it would make sense, for instance, for men to have preferences towards youth, because that's what is going to signify fertility,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I mean, if there's going to be markers for what is youthful, less lines on the
I
skin,
agree
more
with that.
angular features, less
Right.
weight on the body, things like that, right? So if that's the case, then I think we're not really in disagreement here, right?
I don't think we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you said that you think people should rate themselves higher.
Yeah, because I think when you're rating yourself, I mean, someone can rate you and be like 6 or 10, like depending on what they think is attractive. But I think when you're rating yourself, I mean, this is my coming from, the whole world needs to be peace, love, you know, like I think when you rate yourself, it should be high. Yeah, like I think you should think of yourself as a beautiful human being just because you're human, and that's my...
I would rate these girls higher than they rate themselves.
Right.
Yeah, I think we all will do.
They're all pretty. Everyone's really pretty here. And I would rate them higher.
How do you think they should rate you?
I don't know. I don't know what they see as pretty. I don't know if they see me as pretty. I don't know.
Wait. So, question for you though. Do you think? Have you ever known a guy who thought he was more attractive than he actually was? Not looks, even. Just he thought he was the fucking shit.
Most definitely.
And you think that's wrong, right?
No, I think if they view themselves that way, then great. Love
Yeah, but
yourself.
are they less attractive because they are that way?
Cocky?
Yeah, cocky.
Cockiness is not attractive.
So if you think you're on
egotistic.
par,
Confidence. Yeah, there's a difference. There's a difference between confidence and cocky.
right? But so if a woman who is clearly unattractive
Yeah.
thinks she's on par with the most beautiful women in the world, is this not being cocky, or is it just? Is it confidence? Which is it?
Confidence.
Oh, it's confidence. If a just clearly unattractive woman who's obese, her arm is missing, I don't even fucking know. And that's the one Andrew likes to say. She's fucking an amputee or some shit. I don't know.
somebody
I'd still
loves
fucking
her.
amputee.
But
I'd still
somebody thinks
I'd
she's
still fucking
beautiful,
amputee. So why is it confidence for women to be delusional, but it's cocky
No, I
and
think it's
unattractive?
confident on both ends.
Wait,
I didn't think it's
It's confidence on both ends? Are you attracted to confident men?
Yeah.
So are you attracted to men who think they're hot shit but they're not?
No, but that's the same.
Why are
thing.
you able to make the determination?
I didn't say that.
You said you knew men who thought they were hot shit, but your assessment of them was that they were not hot shit, but they're confident. Aren't women attracted to confidence? I'm confused.
I think there's a difference between cocky and confidence, the way you act about it. Like, let's say, like,
confident. You guys said it was confidence.
that's why. So, like, let's say,
yeah.
let's say, like, a guy's cocky and he's gonna be like, oh, like, I'm this, I'm that, da, 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 just trying to like downplay everybody near him. But if he's confident, he's like, I feel good about myself. Like, you guys should too. Like, there's a motivational
I don't even
confidence.
think that's the case with guys. I think generally when we're talking about charisma, a confident guy is a guy who outwardly projects having whatever it takes to be confident, but he also can be self-deprecating as well. He appears to be a high-value guy or whatever, but he doesn't really have to say that outwards. He just projects it.
Exactly, because he's confident. So he like.
Yeah, but he wouldn't be there saying, "Look at me, I'm a 10."
That's what cocky is.
I think
That's why
cocky is like delusional confidence.
So then it wouldn't be confidence.
And you're allowed to, and you're allowed to be delusional. I don't know. I just think.
No, delusional. It's not good.
Well, yeah, it's not.
So
but,
let me
makeup makes
But why
you
would
delusional.
why would you bring yourself down and hate yourself just because you don't think you're beautiful, like in a universal standard? I don't know. I get that, like someone not being as attractive because they're too cocky, but I don't think that should change how they view themselves. Like whatever, do your thing.
I'm still a little confused though, because women don't like cocky guys, and you're able to make a determination as to. You all were like almost smiling and giggling and like, yes, I know plenty of men who like think they're the shit, but they're not. But how can you make that determination about men but not women?
I didn't say
It's
that.
towards both.
Yeah, I think it's both.
A girl could be like, I don't.
But when I said there was a like clearly unattractive woman, clearly, but she thought she was on par with the most beautiful women in the world, all of you said that she was confident, not cocky.
But it's just like how he said like confidence. Like you don't have to tell people.
I said the opposite. So I said for a guy, if you look at like typically,
you're talking about just a guy then?
look at typically charismatic guys, you might think of like Russell Brand, Chris Hemsworth, Robert Downey Jr., people like this. Generally, they're charismatic and confident, but they will never outwardly say, "Oh, look at me, look at me." They'll just project that in a way that they don't have to say it, and they also have an ability to be self-deprecating as well.
Exactly,
which
but
shows
that's what I'm
confidence.
saying. Is like people who are confident don't have to like let people know because
Yeah,
they
but
know.
with the girl in this example, the toad that we're talking about, if she's saying, "Look at me, I'm a 10, I'm on par with the most," that would be delusion. That would
Yeah,
be cocky.
she's just projecting her insecurities.
Man, that was
her,
deep.
So how's
it's being
that
cocky.
confident?
I didn't. What do you mean?
Oh, there's different
Jeez,
behavior.
that
She can behave
was
different. She can
deep.
be very ugly, but behave like she's beautiful without
And
like
treat
going and
others
scream
like
about
shit.
it around.
But we just said that she thinks that she's on par with the most beautiful women in the world. So there would be an element of delusion there, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So that wouldn't be confident. That would be delusional.
No, she thinks she's on par with the most beautiful. Like it's
This
delusional.
is delusional.
Yes, right.
But,
So,
like,
so
let's
but
say,
you
like-
guys all said that she's confident.
But let's say she feels confident. She's not bragging about it. Then she's confident. She's humble. She's confident.
If she feels as though she's on
Okay,
par with the most
that's
beautiful
fair.
women.
That's what I'm
Okay,
trying
hang on,
to say.
that's fair. Let me kind of dive into this real quick, just to kind of back up Jake's point here. Let me ask this question a different way. 0 to 10 on looks, not just a physical assessment, everything, the entire package, including how you feel. 0 to 10.
9.5.
Okay.
I'd keep it a 6.
A 9.
Still 8.5.
Wait, ask me one more time.
It's the whole package now. It's the attitude, it's the confidence, it's the competence,
Like
it's
what
the
I would rate
looks.
myself?
Yeah, what you'd rate yourself.
With like my personality wise.
Yeah, everything, yeah.
Like a 9.
9, yeah.
I would include personality, probably like an 8.
Yeah.
I would pick 7 again, but I probably, I don't know. I got to work on some things, my character.
Yeah, so
So I probably, I know 6.
so how come I'm not supposed to think that's cocky?
Because you ask us.
Yeah,
We
I
wasn't
asked-
planning
yeah, I
to
asked-
say
I asked
about
you.
it and
Well,
brag about
What
it,
makes
bro.
someone cocky?
Yeah,
well,
is
so
that
this,
cocky?
well, so this is the question, right? The question is asking if you know that there are men who definitely would rate themselves a 10, who definitely don't belong in that 10 category, even if you take all of the package, right? The bravado, whatever you want to call it. They definitely don't belong there. You would say that that's delusional, right? No, like, no, you're not the shit, bro. You're not the shit. You're full of shit, right? There's a false sense of confidence which comes with it. That's what bravado is, isn't it? No, you wouldn't say that?
Confidence.
Oh, so you've never run into men who give themselves kind of a
if
false...
they're assholes, then yeah, you're cocky because you think you're the shit and you think you're above other people. I think when you think you're above somebody else, then that's cocky. But when you're...
I don't know why you can't be an asshole and not think that you're an ugly bastard. Like, I don't see how these two things correlate at all. Like, I don't see why you couldn't think that you're really, really, really ugly and still be a fucking jerk. Like, I don't get that.
I mean, yeah, you could be a jerk because you're really, really ugly.
Yeah, sure. You could be an asshole for like 800 different reasons. It has no requirement whatsoever to...
I think cockiness is when you think you're above someone else based on any one of your traits.
Right, you think you're above other women.
Right, based on your traits. But do you agree that there has to be at least some women who are going to rate themselves less than an 8.5 their overall package?
Yes.
Okay, well then you're rating yourself over them, right?
No, because I think you're rating yourself based on how you view yourself, not
Again, what about your full packages? How much you rate yourself?
Okay, so if that's true, then...
Or at least hopefully
that's fair. So then you would say every woman at the table is a 10.
I wouldn't, because I don't know.
Hang on. You would say every woman at the table is a 10, right?
I don't think I could rate them because I think ratings are how you rate yourself.
Whoa, wait.
I think they're beautiful women. I don't know enough to rate a whole package.
Well, you're not prettier than any of them.
This guy is just a monster.
Of course not.
Do you think you're more attractive than these guys next to
I
you?
think that this girl is the most beautiful in this room.
Yes.
But I want you to think about this objectively, right? You say you kind of put yourself in your own trap here. You say, okay, cockiness is you thinking that you are in some way better looking or more beautiful or in some way above somebody else, right? Well, this would mean that the least attractive woman on planet Earth, if you compared yourself to her, you would have to put yourself on par with her. How's that not delusional?
No, I think it is. I think in some form we're all a little delusional.
Yeah, I think
that's the key difference.
That's the key difference, yeah.
And cockiness and delusion is the language error that we're having here. Because I think cocky generally means that you just kind of carry yourself like a bit of an asshole, right? But delusion is thinking that you're much higher up than you actually are.
But that's when I think you're starting to rate yourself in comparison to other people. But if you were to just like, let's say, I mean, you live...
But how else would you rate yourself?
If you
So what about your
you
full
look at yourself in a
packages?
mirror and you're like, I'm pretty cool, like I'm pretty hot.
Yeah,
like,
but then you're only... But if you were on an island, never saw another human being ever in your entire life...
You wouldn't have anything to compare
then,
yourself to.
Well, right, then your subjective matters only to compare you to you because there is only you.
Right.
You don't live in that world. You live in a world...
But that's my argument.
Hang on, that's my argument. My argument is that the only thing from which you can compare yourself to is other people. There's nothing else you can compare it to.
Okay.
So if that is true, then I would say that you're going to judge and assess yourself based on the looks of all other people.
Okay, I see. That's a good argument. Okay, let me think on that for a second.
Okay.
Because that's good. That's good.
We all answered to the question, what is our full package? But dudes did not. We have to ask them.
I did answer.
What is your full package?
Oh, like the full package?
Yeah, because we said,
like
and guys know.
Wait, hang on. If you're talking about like charisma and awesomeness
Everything.
and epicness,
He's
I'm a
not?
fucking 14.
Okay,
For
good.
sure. 14,
You?
maybe 15. Like there's not even a number on
Okay,
that
cool.
scale.
Amazing, I love it.
Yeah,
You?
yeah, I'm awesome.
Bang average, 6s all round.
And what about you?
Maybe like a 6. I'm a solid 6. I'd say maybe like, yeah, 6 probably. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like 6. 6 is a good number.
You like 6?
Bathroom check.
Oh, she was talking about inches.
Wait, what? Oh, what the fuck? Also we have a question related to this. Will you be better looking in 10 years' time? Better looking in 10 years' time?
What does it mean, better looking?
When
in
you're
10?
46, will you be better looking than you are right now?
God, I hope.
Do you think you will realistically?
I can, realistically. I can.
Okay, so you're 36 now. Will you be better looking at 56?
No. Whoa, at 56. Better than now? No.
But better looking at 46?
It can be, yeah, if I switch to some
And then
diet.
were you better looking at 26 than you are now at 36?
I've been completely different face. I did so many plastic surgery on my face. It's just different girl. Everything was different.
So the fact that you did the plastic surgery is maybe because you...
because of my childhood trauma, of course, all that shit, all this tattoo on me, just because I got fucked up when I've been a kid, of course. No girls will do it because...
So better looking at 26 or?
26, I've been looking bad already. But no, a little bit better than 26, we can say. The 26, I have tattoo
All
here
right.
and here and here and here.
So you're 18, better looking at 28?
I'm actually not sure because I feel like my insecurities, they come and go. If I'm in a better mental state, I feel better about myself overall.
Sure.
If I'm stressed out, if I'm going through a hardship, I'm going to feel poorly about myself. So I feel like it really depends.
Well, so it's not so much how you feel, but just your physical appearance looks better
Well, I
looking.
feel like sometimes my physical appearance is better when I'm happier.
All things removed though, just everything's the same. Physically, do you think you'll be better or worse?
Are you going to peak? Are your looks going to peak at 28 as compared to now, I guess?
I don't know what a peak is, but
Like the best you're ever going to look.
28. Maybe. I don't know how my life will go. It depends on the track my life goes.
Let's just say, right, that you were to make this deal.
Yeah.
Where a genie could make you 10 years older. However, you would have no physical.
Mike Davis donated $200.
Oh, hey, Mike
Keep
Davis.
females away from me. I've tried to see the good side, but I'm done with these disgusting creatures. Remember, Eve caused Adam to eat from the tree and is the root of all evil. Cancel me.
Mike Davis, thank you for the TTS, man.
Well, go do corn and have a bad political take. You'll get canceled, apparently.
Thank you.
Are you hate girls?
Okay, hold on.
Are you also hate women?
I need to hear you guys respond to that.
Yeah, please. We all want.
I was thanking him for the contribution. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm co-signing what he's saying.
Okay, but what are your thoughts? Like, can I just hear a response? I want to hear.
Yeah,
a
I don't
response
give a
to
shit what he
that.
thinks. Yeah, like, it's totally up to him. Doesn't bother me.
Wait,
oh,
hold
you know
on.
what? Okay, hang on. I'm sorry. Mike, you gross misogynist.
No,
You
but if your
piece
wife
of
was,
human
if your
filth.
wife were sitting next to you right now and some guy was like disgusting women, keep them away
Well,
from me.
And you look.
I don't know. I just think that's like general. That's sexist.
You should have a conversation with her
Should we do a
sometime.
little
No, I don't
Is she
think
watching?
she can. Yeah,
Is she watching?
She is.
Rachel, are you in the chat?
Yeah, she's watching.
Let's fucking call in.
Yeah,
I'm not saying like, that's
Wait,
not
she's
to compare
streaming?
your wife to you is like the
Let me see if she's
most
streaming.
amazing person, but like I'm just saying I don't know, that was like a really horrible thing.
Is she
I don't think so. I think that.
You don't think that was a horrible
No,
comment?
I don't. I think that.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
that-
she is. Okay, hold on.
I think that people.
All right, we'll get her in. Oh, go ahead, Andrew.
I think that people
Pull
base,
that up, private chat.
base things around perception. And so if the perception, the sample size of what you're getting is just like endless amounts of kind of narcissistic nonsense.
I think that people.
Oh.
Go ahead, and then we'll pull her in. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, and this type of thing. Yeah, I can understand why tons of men end up with a pretty bad opinion of women. For the same reason that feminist indoctrination, like what you guys go through, you end up with these terrible kind of opinions of men, which you really shouldn't have at all.
Okay,
right?
that's valid.
We'll get into that, but Rachel, we're going to get Rachel here. So, Rachel, if you're listening, you need to mute our audio on your end, okay? And then you can say whatever you have to say, and we're pulling you in via just your stream. So, if you want to...
That's going to not work well.
I think it might work.
It's just going to be super delayed. It's like
well,
a 12
there's not
second
going to be back and forth, but you'll be able to say one statement.
Okay.
So, go ahead. Video tab. Wait, live. Hold on.
Pretty significant.
Here, put it live. Click the live. No, wait.
A one statement. Okay. So go ahead.
What
Video
the
tab.
fuck?
Hold on. Pretty significant. Here, put it live. Click the live.
Wait, so
Oh, wait. A one statement. Okay. Hold on. Pretty significant. Here, put it live. Click the live.
Wait, what the fuck? Wait, what the hell,
I
bro?
might be able to hear you, Brian. If I mute you on my end.
You won't be able to.
Yeah, it's not gonna, dude. This is no good, bro.
No. If she, okay, this is how it works.
Inception.
Wait, pause it. If she mutes the audio that she's like on her end from our stream,
She won't be able to hear you. It's the way it's set up.
No, but she doesn't have to hear us because she just comes in, says her piece,
Oh,
and
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So she just mutes the audio.
Okay, so
and
we
then
have
she
to
can
give
say
it
her
like
piece.
10 seconds of silence. And so, Rachel, what you do is we're just going to pull you up. The second you see yourself on the screen, right?
Well, just mute it right now.
Yeah, you give
Just
your,
mute right now.
Mute it
Go
right
ahead.
now. The second you see yourself on the screen here, just give your statement.
Okay, pull it up, please. Hold on, you got to click live.
Right now, the second you see the screen
Okay,
here,
let's see.
I don't know what they want me to say.
Oh my.
I was wondering the same thing.
Okay, go ahead and
There we go. Okay.
give them your take to the whatever audience.
Okay, Mr. E is in my ear and I can hear him. What is it that you guys wanted to ask me? And he'll tell me. Like, what do you want my commentary on?
Well, you were making a comment about what if his wife was here?
Is that how I sound?
Yeah, there was one comment from one dude where he said that all the women is evil, and these two dudes was like,
Basically, yeah, someone sent a comment saying women are disgusting. This is why Adam told Eve to eat the whatever, like cancel me. I want out of this world. And I was basically like,
Okay,
I just
Mr.
wanted the
E, what are
response.
they asking?
Oh, but yes, because then I said
She can't hear you.
I'm just listening on the stream.
has to get it relayed to
Hang on,
her.
Mr. E is going to tell her.
I think they were just trying to get a comment from you so you could say something to the girls.
Oh gosh.
Okay, did they hear me ask what? I don't know what they
okay.
want me to comment on specifically.
Yeah.
The body count thing? Or?
It's Bug Boys.
All right.
It's Bug Boys.
It's Bug Boys. It's Bug.
It's
All right.
Bug Boys. Send in the super
All
chats
right,
because
forget
it's
it.
Bug Boys. All right, so
We tried.
Yeah, we tried.
We tried. It's difficult. There's a delay. It's difficult. Okay, so all right. Okay, don't disagree. I don't agree with what Mike Davis says here. I do. He sent in $200. I'm gonna thank the guy. I'm gonna thank him even if I disagree with what he has to say. And then also, and Andrew I think was pointing out, don't women say shit like this all the fucking time?
Yeah, that's what
men
I
are
tried to-
trash. We
yes.
don't need men. Wait, question. Would you rather be alone or would you rather come across in the forest a man or a bear? Which do you pick?
A bear.
Ah,
And yes,
so
I get
you're a
that.
misandrist. You're a man hater.
I'm not a man hater.
Let me tell you why.
Trust.
Because let me ask, you think your risk assessment here is that you're going to get essayed by men to the point where you would rather be in the forest with a wild bear than with a man. Is that correct? Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay, so what percentage of men do you think in this situation would choose to victimize you? What percentage of men?
What do you mean?
Okay, in this hypothetical, you choose bear over man, right? So your risk assessment would seem to indicate that you think a high percentage of men.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So what percentage of men would victimize you?
I'm not sure I can come up with the percentage because
Take a guess.
well, let me just say first, my reason for coming to this conclusion of a bear is because when I first think of, I guess risk assessment, I would rather take my chances with.
Well, I can run I actually have an experiment for this.
Wait, but let me just.
No,
okay.
I want to hear this.
Hold on. No, let's finish this really quick. Okay. What percentage of men do you think would victimize you in this scenario?
I know the answer.
Oh, there's like a statistical answer?
No,
or?
it's 50-50 always.
Oh my. Why don't we let her answer?
40%.
Okay, so knowing that the adult male the male population of the United States is something like I think 160 million, 40%, what would that be? That would be not quite 80 million men. Let's say
Sorry,
it's
let me
70.
change that.
So you think 70 million?
30%.
You think 70 million men in the United States would choose to?
No, because I changed it to 30.
So. I still find this incredibly objectionable. Incredibly objectionable, because there's currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men. Sorry, my math's fucking terrible. In the studio. Okay, so 2 of the men in the studio are rapists. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying they're rapists. I'm just saying I'd probably rather be in a forest with a bear than men that I don't know or trust because I could end up getting. I mean, it's even like a conversation. Sometimes I just don't.
Have you ever had a one-night stand?
Yes.
How many one-night stands have you had?
1.
Interesting how that works.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, you were alone with a man.
Yeah, I'm not saying
I'm
not saying I'm okay with that or that it was a great decision. I regret it.
Right, but it was consensual.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. It's just interesting. Women will hook up with the dudes, meet up with them, no issues. You pass by hundreds, if not thousands, of men all the time. None of them do anything to you. But you have this bias against men. That's interesting.
I don't have a bias
It's
against
absolutely. Hold on. How is it not a bias where you think 30% of men, and you originally said 40, you think 30% of men are inclined to violence or sexual assault towards you?
Yeah.
Living underscore donated $200.
That's bias.
Big old Brian. Oh, it'll work, Andrew. Proceeds to be the worst moment in technology history. Someone spike his drink with Ozempic. Andrew just wins debate. Species, he's hot.
I dispense Ozempic if you need it.
Yeah, they're laughing back.
Oh, there's another one coming through. We have another one coming through. Living, thank you, man, for the TTS. Appreciate
thanks,
it.
Living.
We'll come back to it here in just a sec, but Noah has one coming in. Thank you, Noah. Appreciate it.
Noah donated $200. Women says that she hates men. You go, girl. Slay queen. Man says he hates women, and everyone loses their minds.
Can I
Seems like Schrodinger's feminist to me.
We should love each other.
Hold on.
I would like to separate the bear versus man argument with my dislike towards his comment because I'm not coming from a place of all men, I hate all men, because that's not how I feel. I think a lot of men are great and awesome, but I also think that that's a totally different comment to make, to say.
Wait, you think all men are inclined to violence, murder, and SA?
No. Not all men.
Okay,
I just think more men than
40%
more
of
men than women. I would take my chances with
it's enough, but
What?
it's
More men
enough.
than a
Hold
bear.
on. But even though the percentage chance of you being with a man who wouldn't do these things is greater, it's enough men that you would rather take a path that lands you in a forest not with a man. Mike Davis said, I've tried to see the good side of women, but I'm done with these disgusting creatures, right? And he says, keep females away from me. Isn't this just sort of essentially the mirror of what you're saying by picking the bear?
No.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is.
Yes.
All right, then sure, he's valid in his comment. Great. I think what he said was awesome, and I do think.
Why aren't any of the ladies disavowing your statement?
What do you mean?
You think 30% of men would be inclined to violence towards you?
I don't know the statistics. That's just how I feel.
That's
I feel
how.
like a lot
Yes,
of-
that's how you feel.
Okay.
It's still an objectionable
How
thing.
many men are in prison because of SA?
A lot.
How many though?
A lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The better
So what percentage of men are in jail?
Oh, it's a very low percentage.
My thing is, I think more men are worse than more women, but that does not make the
Whoa,
majority of men.
that's a sexist
That does
statement.
not make.
Oh, wait,
not worse.
men-
I think less. You're taking.
You're saying there's more worse men than there are worse women.
More men have done SA, have done murders, have done rapes compared to women.
Right.
It's statistically proven. I don't know the statistics off the top of my head, but that does not mean that I think that the majority of men are evil,
isn't this an
disgusting
apex?
creatures.
This is an apex fallacy. First of all, criminality is a very, very small proportion of the
Of the people that
population.
actually do
So to say that I'm going to have this sort of blanket assessment of men due to a small proportion of some men's criminality, you're attributing to the group the actions of a small fraction.
This would be the same argument towards racism. So that would be the same argument you would make in reverse for race. Yeah, sure. So if you were to say, okay, a small percentage of the population, which happens to be this race, conducts X amount of crimes, you would immediately look for ulterior reasons why they were criminals absent the race, right?
Okay.
But how come you won't do that when it comes to men, right?
Okay. No, that's a good argument.
Yeah, wouldn't that be this? It's the same thing in reverse, isn't it?
I think on that one too. You're coming back with some good arguments, I'll say.
It's so sad that you feel scared by 30% of the men. This is so sad. And actually, the better question is like why the young woman feels like that? Why she scares of the 30% of the men?
Because they've been indoctrinated and brainwashed.
Sure.
Or maybe it's happened before.
Yeah, maybe it's happened.
Like personally, like
yes.
Yeah. Family.
This is a good question. You
Yeah,
know,
but if-
guys.
if
We
you
don't
had-
want to be scared of you.
Even
We
if
don't
it,
want.
even if it were to have happened to everybody here
We
at
want
the
to
table.
love each other.
Hang on. Even if it were to have happened to everybody at this table, that every woman here was in some way assaulted by a man in a sexual way, and none of the men here were ever sexually assaulted by a woman in any way, that would mean nothing. That we would
That's
not
not just
be.
coincidence
We
that-
would not be able to.
Oh.
How would you ever extrapolate that into anything?
So it's
from
just
the
coincidence
setting?
that if all the women here were SA'd, that they were just happened to be here at the same time, and all of the men that hadn't were here as well?
Well, I mean, okay. Well, let's think about it for a second, right? There's more women here than there are men, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is that? Is there a reason for it?
Because you want to argue with us?
Well,
so that men in the
whatever,
comments can
well,
see we're discussing
whatever the reason is, right? There's definitely reasons behind why that is the case, right?
So you're saying if all of us were SA'd, we're
Like you wouldn't
here
just say
because-
you're all here coincidentally, and I wouldn't just say all the men are here coincidentally.
So
Like
we're
there
here
was
because we're
mechanisms.
delusional is
Well,
what you're
there's
saying.
no. I'm saying there's mechanisms which moved us all into place, right?
But what does that have
And
to
so
do
the
with
question is like even if all of this had happened, right? It doesn't give us a tell as to the mechanism for why it happened, right? Could be with this particular sample size, for instance, that because you're all around the same age group, you're more prone and in a propensity to be in situations where such a thing does happen. Whereas we could get the same exact group of women from a different demographic,
he speaks
then they
about
have
our job.
and they have absolutely none of those things, right? So you can't really just kind of say, well, even if it had happened to everybody here, that we could extrapolate that out to mean something meaningful.
It's because we are beautiful and because we are whores. Yeah, that's
No, I'm not.
probably.
I'm not. I'm not.
I mean, like.
But something
whore
you're not talking
attitude.
about is that men are SA'd by women too, and there's a very high percentage of that.
Yes, there is.
So like when we're
far more
generalizing,
than is ever talked about. Yeah.
like if we're generalizing each gender and just saying, basically you guys are saying women have it worse. Like that is what I'm hearing. And yeah, women have it bad, but so do men. And men are more likely to, because that things aren't spoken about, and it is so highly, it happens so much with men, and it's just not spoken about. It's just passed over like it's nothing.
Well, that's certainly a fair point. But did you get an answer on this, or?
Well, no, not really. I was just saying. So, but this just from my brain, right? Is like, if you say, well, could this all just be coincidence that all of us here? That yeah, it could. Right? Because there's going to be mechanisms which drive things. And so that's why when we do sample sizes, you pull them from different demographics, different backgrounds, different, you know what I mean? That way you can draw commonalities so that you can extract data correctly. Like just, a few women sitting at a table who say, this is my experience, even if all the experiences map up, it doesn't actually tell us anything.
I do want to ask a question.
How could it? You could agree that I could set out that even if this thing, a bad thing, had happened to every single woman here, that we could take a completely different, even random sample size from the street and put the same exact women here, and it's more than possible that nothing ever happened to any of them.
I wouldn't say it's more than possible.
Yeah, it's not?
Yes,
I
it's
wouldn't say
possible.
More than possible.
Why?
I mean, I don't know. It's just,
why is it not more? Why? I'm sorry. What in the world would make that not possible?
Can I get my phone to do a fact check? Because I've seen somewhere a statistic that says it's over half of women that have been SA'd or whatever.
Even if that's true, let's say it was 90%. You could still draw randomly from the street, get a same 9 sample, and still not one of those women had ever been SA'd.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
So we can't. So that's why I'm saying you can't draw kind of those conclusions when you say, is that just a coincidence? Well, yeah, it could be. It could literally just be a coincidence, of course.
Okay.
You can have fears from personal experience. She wasn't arguing that.
No, she was. She said, "Is that just a coincidence?"
I don't think.
Is that just a? What does that mean? What is that just a coincidence?
You're nitpicking on little words.
No, it's not a nitpick.
Well, yes.
How is it a nitpick?
She just said like that, and you just catch it. So
You gotta catch that one thing.
Oh, damn, that bastard!
Yeah. There's much more.
Do you realize that people's thought patterns, the way that they think and the way that they discuss things, they hinge on pillars, and pillars are usually assumptions, right? They hinge on assumptions. So yes, I lock in on the hinge, the pillar that holds the idea up.
Wait. I'm sorry. I have to interrupt this. I don't like to let certain things just slide. What was the stat that you just quoted?
Well, I asked if I could pull it up. I don't have
But you said you think it's over 50% of women.
I think I know the stat she's referring to. It's like at colleges they say over 50% of women have been sexually assaulted. But then when you look into it, it's like.
Why don't you tell us what you heard?
I told you I don't have it off the top of my head. I have to
What
look
do
it
you-
up. But it's
what do you
something
think
about
it is?
half or more than half of women
Have been what?
SA'd or raped or.
What? So when you say SA, what does that include?
Anything unconsensual that has really been touched without that.
So if a man were to tap.
What do you mean? What is that?
If a man were to tap a woman on the shoulder, is that SA?
No.
It's unconsensual.
Sexual.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's
well.
Yeah. Like,
do you have about
there's a
sexual
difference.
touching?
I have a question.
Sexual touching without consent?
Yes.
And much of that can be perception.
It could be harassment.
Well, hang on, but much of that could be perception. So, like, let me give you an example. If a guy's sitting at a party, he's drinking, a woman walks over and just like randomly starts rubbing his shoulders, right? I've seen this many times. Nobody says shit, right? However, that's definitely sexual touching. He definitely hasn't consented to it. It's just nobody gives a shit. Let's switch it. Woman sitting at a party, right? Doesn't know the guy. He walks over and just starts rubbing her shoulders. Do you think that would become problematic?
I think it's odd, but I personally, if some guy did that to me, I'd just be like, what? Like, I don't know. To me, that wouldn't
But
be
if
like
a woman,
scarring.
sure. But if a woman said, "Okay, wait a second, that was sexual touching without my consent," would you agree with her?
I wouldn't agree with her, but I wouldn't look her in the face and say.
You wouldn't say no, right?
I
You wouldn't
would.
say no. And so that's the distinction that's being talked about here is that, wait a second, the reason we clarify these terms and we want them specific is because it's very clear to me that when women in an unwanted way touch men, just nobody gives a shit. They just don't care.
No, I
and the
agree with you. I think
yeah,
that
yeah.
I'm not trying to minimize the amount of essay that men experience. Like,
yeah, right. But this is why the classification matters, because I'm not sure I would consider that essay, right?
No, I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
Just saying, I'm not trying to minimize.
But you realize how many of these kind of like portrait studies and stats you look at where the assumption of essay is that they would consider those categories even though they maybe don't belong there.
Even worse, like wolf whistling is. In some
And if
cases
I
counts
will
as well.
touch you now when we will go to smoke a cigarette, this is called as AS or?
You realize, so when you went back there to smoke a cigarette, did you note that I took a wide path, went all the way around you, never went anywhere near you, and came in just to avoid such a thing from even happening?
No, I didn't say.
I know you don't have to worry about it. That's the difference.
I love it. You watch your back, bro.
You don't
Let's
have to.
go smoke a cigarette.
You don't have to worry about it.
No,
but
that was just
guess
a-
what? But guess what?
we will call it as a
but
sexual
hang on,
assessment? It's
but
called
we
or
do.
no?
We do. We do have to worry about it.
Will it's called a sexual assessment or no?
I mean, who knows? But because
How strong they will touch?
because the criteria is so gray, it's not really known to me or clear to me what could be considered assault or.
Living underscore donated $200. Holy crap. I've technically been essayed several times in my life.
You probably have.
I don't report any of them. Society doesn't notice casual women essaying. Also, bear versus black man, or black man versus white man.
I'm more scared of a white man.
I love white man.
Why would you be more scared of a white
So
man?
now, not only are you a sexist, but you're also racist.
Yeah. Just instant by category. But you see what I mean when I say, like, it's not, when you ask a question to me, it's not altogether clear without very specific criteria as to what that could even mean. Because I think that, yes, I could be brought up on charges for potentially brushing up against a woman, even without having any untoward anything towards her. I just happened to not think twice. I was just walking by, brushed up against her. Do I think it's within the realm of possibility? I do. And that's the part men always have to think about. That it seems like women, as they think that men are hyper predatory, right? Now the distance has the gap has grown and grown and grown.
You know why it's growing?
Yeah, it's not your turn. Hang on. So this is why, right? Now that we have to think about that all the time, you see this distance and this gap widen. And it's specifically because if you look at it like the example I gave with the shoulder rubbing, right? You're like, yeah, no, that's really not SA. But if she said it was, you're like, I would tell her no. And so that's why it's not altogether clear to me. It really
Also,
isn't.
we had a girl on the show. I think you were on this panel, Andrew.
Well, I had a girl on the show take off her clothes and like to assault me with her yeah. So
Well,
whatever.
that's not what I was going to talk about. But there was a girl who was we were having this conversation, and she said there was a study done here at the local university, and that it included catcalling that fell within the purview of SA.
Yeah, I was on that show, I think.
Or were you on that show? So I find these studies that they do, it includes all sorts of things, all the way from some, benign or some, mild harassment, all the way to like forcible violent rape. And I find like encapsulating all of those things into this sort of nebulous term SA is not particularly helpful.
It inflates the numbers.
I agree. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Right, but like when we're having this conversation, and it's I suppose some sort of framing where you're saying like the listener is going to interpret over 50% of women are at like full-blown forcibly in the fucking, they're walking down a staircase somewhere, some random man just starts beating them up and like rapes them.
That's not what I said.
Okay, well I'm just curious, and I don't know if this is a bit inappropriate of a question, but I think y'all were like, you were saying like, I bet every single woman here at this table has been SA.
I didn't say that.
You said you were though, right?
Right.
Okay, so I'm just curious, I'm not gonna ask the details, who here has been SA? Okay. Wait, sorry, just show of hands again. Oh, it's a you're wondering?
How
Oh my
many
God,
times?
Wait, sorry, just show of hands. Okay. Wait, sorry, just show of hands again. Oh, it's a you're wondering?
How
Oh my
many
God,
times?
This is, hold on, no, that's crazy.
Well, no, here's
bro.
the thing. You can't use that as an argument because a lot of women feel not validated in what it is.
That's right, they feel.
Wait, I do have a
Feel.
follow-up
Oh, they
question.
feel,
here.
it's not
I
proven.
do have a follow-up question.
Some of them
Hold
feel
on.
not.
Allow me to do
She
the
said
follow-up
some of
question
them
first.
feel
Stop. Okay. Those of you who raised your hand, did you go to the police?
No.
No? Did you? Yes, you went to the police?
Does that mean it didn't
Wait, hold
happen?
on. Is
Did
this
you
the guy
argue
who the choking thing?
There's a separate incident.
Okay. And then did you go to the police? Okay. That was it. That was my question.
And so you're saying because we didn't go to the police?
No, I'm not saying anything. I don't know what happened
What
or
is
what
that
didn't.
proving?
Well,
I just
And did you go to the
Yeah,
police?
so I'll tell you the term, right? No, they would laugh me out of the building, right? They'd laugh me out of the building, even though it was clear on video.
So they
They
don't
would
take
laugh
men
me.
seriously.
They would laugh me out of the building. It's not even an option for us. But the thing is like, so to kind of dive into this, all Brian's trying to say is like, if you have this kind of hyperinflated number, which would include things like catcalling or things which clearly are not sexual assault, right? These should be in kind of totally different categories, and the reason they're put into the same is to inflate the number, thus making men look far more predatory than they actually are. So if that is the case, then, and you can even see like kind of with your rah-rah feminism that pops out really quick.
I would say I have a rah-rah
Well, you did, and I'll explain where I saw it. I'll explain the exact moment that I saw the rah-rah feminism. It was when when I said, yes, I feel, and you well, you're going to invalidate? Well, yeah, and here's why. You have to invalidate feelings for proof and evidence with clear criteria, because otherwise how do we get the actual number? Right? I couldn't just say, do you feel like you were SA?
Right. I mean, then in court it wouldn't hold up.
Well, it's not just
in
in
court.
court.
You should look someone in the face and say, well, then it didn't happen.
But it can't really hold up external to that either, because you're a number who would never make it into the stats absent court, right? Because you never went to court. So then, but you would be counted in this number. So how would we prove that? How could we falsify that other than
You can't.
You can't, right? You can't. So this is why when people say believe all women, it sounds to me like fucking.
I don't think that's true. No, I disagree.
Yeah, it sounds to me like total absurdity, because it's like by your kind of your own metrics, you invalidate the very thing that we're supposed to believe.
Well, then do you not feel that there's a discrepancy between in the categories of what SA is, you even said like shoulder rubbing. So do you not think there's like a kind of an equal number of the people who are counted in that statistic who weren't actually, or it wasn't as intense, or something that we wouldn't consider SA compared to the number of women who aren't actually counted in that statistic?
Yeah, so this is a really difficult question, because we're talking about soft sciences. Science is only as effective as you have controls.
Right.
And that's why hard science works really well, and why the replication crisis affects soft sciences so badly. And so without great controls, which means great criteria, we're just speculating ultimately, right? And so that's why when I hear kind of these tortured numbers thrown out of, most men could be predatory, or most women have experienced SA and this and that, it seems to me like that's not very clear, and that the controls are not very good, and that we're mostly going off of self-reports, not court reports. And so, yeah, I'm just not willing to kind of concede that that's true, right?
Okay.
And I mean, you seem reasonable. I don't even think you would, right? If you find out that is indeed the case, wouldn't you kind of have to like readjust your positioning and thought process around it?
Can you specify, restate your question?
Yeah, so like if you found out that, wait, there's really soft controls here and we can't really know. We don't really know. We don't really know the answer to these questions.
Maybe then I would reconsider, yeah.
That's all I'm asking you to do. It's just like reconsider the opposite possibility that there's perhaps been a lot of brainwashing. Designed specifically to be divisive, to make men look.
Why do you think they would want to make men look worse?
Well, because I think that a lot of these control studies are done by very progressive and very feminist operated universities. And I think that they're not trying to solve for a real hard scientific answer, but rather they're trying to only get at the heart of kind of the ideology that they're trying to promote. And so they'll make the data fit the ideology rather than moving the ideology around the data.
Okay.
We can believe on it.
What's that?
We can believe on it, yeah. It sounds realistically.
I don't want to quite lay off quite yet. You said something about white men. What was the statement there? You said you would.
She's scared of the white dudes more.
I think if I were given two random men, one was black and one was white, and I'm not saying that. Okay, I don't think you can be racist towards a white person. I will say that.
Oh boy. Okay. But so you would prefer what?
A black man over a white man.
To be
like in the same room with, to trust, to be in the forest. Oh, you're agreeing with me. Yeah. Okay, I thought you were going to disagree. I was
I'm agree, of course.
Okay. Wait. So hold on.
Because they harmless.
Here, let's explore the.
Like it's a harmless.
Hold on.
I don't think anyone's harmless.
Why it's more dangerous? Yeah, of course.
Wait, can I ask you a question? A couple things. Okay, so if we were to.
I'm scared.
If someone was to say, I would feel more comfortable in a room with a white person over a black person, would that be a racist statement?
Unfortunately.
Yes. You can't use the argument though about because there's a whole history behind that.
Yeah. So
Wait, what do you mean?
I mean, so
what? Well, let's assume.
I mean, the white man has always been the oppressor, regardless.
Sure. Well, I'm just gonna grant it. I'm literally just gonna grant it. In fact, we'll just pretend that that black men and women were freed only yesterday, 24 hours ago. Okay. They've only had 24 hours they've had their freedom. Okay. How would this statement in any way make sense to say, I would feel more comfortable in a room with a black man versus a white man, or a white man versus a black man? How is that not a preconceived notion still based around race?
Can you condense that question again?
How is it not a preconceived notion still based around race to say I would feel more comfortable around this racial group than this one? How's that not
I think it's a racial notion, but I just think because my belief that you can't be racist against a white person.
Yeah, I know that that's
and
your
it leads
belief.
to-
But what is it founded on? I just granted that it was just yesterday. It just
founded on
only
this-
happened
yeah,
yesterday.
I mean, that makes it even more valid. I
Sure,
think.
sure. But what's the validity, though, of saying I have a preconceived notion about a racial group, and so therefore, based on the preconceived notion, hang on, let me finish the question first. Based on the preconceived notion of this racial group, I select this one because I think that I'll be safer around them. But if you flip it and say, okay, but I agree with that. Just for me, it's whites. In what world would that not be racial on both ends or racist on both ends?
Maybe it is a little. Maybe
Prejudice is that?
Maybe, but
Wait.
I don't think.
Hold on. Let me. We'll pursue this, but really
I
quick,
just think
really
power
quick. Hold on.
dynamics had a
Hold
lot
on.
to do with it.
Hold on, really quick though, really quick. Okay, let's remove the term racism from this, and let's talk about what you find objectionable. So, do you think if somebody would rather be in a room alone with a black person over a white person, is this an objectionable position to hold? It's your position, by the way. Is it objectionable?
Is what objectionable?
What does mean
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hold
It's a
on.
lot to. I mean, it's like